Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world.
I've been looking around for salvation. I've been looking around for the truth. All around me I see frustration, and I looked all over till I found you. I sit and listen to your stories, and you're telling me, please don't worry. So lot in this world you should know, and love in life is where you should go. If you're looking for somewhere to go, if you're looking for someone to know, if you're looking for someone to guide you, then love in life will guide you. I know that life.
Goeiemorgen, good morning, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, we have a very important live stream on today, and that live stream is about farm murders. Gathering outside the Magistrates Court at Naboomspruit, also known as LIMPOPO, in the province of Limpopo, are farmers and locals outraged that 3 men arrested for a brutal murder will today be seeking bail. We are streaming this protest live to the world so that people will wake up to what the heck is going on in South Africa under this corrupt ANC government. If you're in the area, the Magistrate Court is near the corner of 5th Street and Nelson Mandela Drive in Naboomspruit. Today, Barend Pienaar will be talking to us live from the protest as the 3 alleged murderers are brought to court. We will be talking to people attending the protest and report live from the scene. Please don't forget that we will be having live streams at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time on the 23rd with Steve and Debbie regarding the bikers' protest against farm murders. On the 27th, we will be exclusively on this channel covering a major evening event in Durban where over 1,000 bikers are expected to attend. This event will also start at 8 p.m. The main bikers' protest over farm murders will be covered live by Loving Life on Saturday the 29th of August starting at about 8 a.m. Please remember to subscribe to the Loving Life channel to be kept informed. And feel free to ask questions or make comments in the side chat. Now, let's cross live to Naboomspruit. Here we go. G'day.
Hi Scott, how are you?
Hi Simone, good thank you. I can't see you, I just see the little logo.
I can't see you either.
Oh no, you won't see me, but just turn your camera on.
Yes, it's on.
Oh, there we go, now I see you, fantastic. Now, tell us exactly where are you, Simone?
I'm in Naboomspruit, in Limpopo area. It's here for the hearing for the elderly people that was killed about a month ago.
Right. Okay. Now, is your husband Barend going to be doing the chatting generally, or is it going to be you?
He's gonna chat. I'll be going out with a chopper for air footage for you.
Ah,
Let me
fantastic.
just get to Barend.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Let's just get to Barend quickly. It's
That's okay. And what's the turnout like?
It's pretty good. There's a lot of people still coming, a lot of tractors, so we're positive. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, what time do these 3 criminals arrive at the court?
They arrived last night in Naboomspruit. They stayed here in the cells, so they will be in court at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so will we be able to actually see them coming out from the police station into the Magistrates Court at 9?
I'm going to do my best. I
Okay,
can't promise
fantastic.
anything, but I'm going to do my best for you.
Right, okay.
Okay.
And is there any media there?
Yeah, he's Barend. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Simon. Hi, Barend.
Hi, Scott. Finding you?
Excellent, excellent. I was just talking to your wife about the turnout there. It seems like there are a lot of people who are going to be actually involved.
Yes, yes. From Nylstroom side, there's about, I would say, 300 to 400 cars and tractors and
Wow.
lorries. And it seems like from all sides, there's lots of people.
Well, everybody's hot full with these thugs, aren't they?
Everybody is heartful. We are heartful. Everyone is heartful because these people, they come into your house, they murder your wife, they rape her, they kill the kids. Everybody has been tortured. So this is a big problem in South Africa, a big one.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. Tell me, as a matter of interest, are any of the other media there? Is there SABC or anyone else there?
No, SABC is not here. There's only a French film crew. There's only a French film crew.
So the South African television community are ignoring this protest. Extraordinary.
Yeah, well, there's only one political party here that I see. That's the DA, the Democratic Alliance.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard they were coming. Sorry, guys, we'll just wait for... Yeah, okay, there we go. Now, can you just turn the camera around so we can see what's happening around you?
To hear you.
Can you turn the camera around so we can see what's happening around you?
Okay, I will. We're standing now at the city hall. There's not plenty people here.
Yeah.
They are still in the street. I can see they coming. Yes, I think they're coming there now.
Okay.
I'm turning it around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a view of Naboomspruit.
I'll be quickly.
Hi, Simone. I can see you okay. It's all good. I can see you okay. It's all good.
The sound is pretty bad. The chopper is lifting up now. Let me just check if I can turn it around.
Okay. Yeah, we just got a photo there. Let me just have a look at the photo. No. Sorry guys, this is live. Hi Simone. You're back. You're back. You've got your sound turned off. Okay, let me just see if I can get a message to Simone. Your sound is turned off, Simone. Hi, Simone. Your sound is turned off. Can you hear me? Simone, your sound is turned off. Okay, let me just call her again. Hi, Simone. Now I can hear you. Your sound was turned off before.
Could you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it was a bit loud here with the chopper that lifted.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
Barend again. Yes.
okay, we're going over to Barend. Hi, Barend.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Yes, I'm back again.
Not a problem. So, tell me what you've spoken to a few of the farmers, haven't you, before we came online? What is the view of the farmers at your area in Limpopo?
Well, the view of the farmers is that the farm attacks are totally out of hand. The government is doing nothing about this because there must be a specialized unit that must look at these cases and the solution must be found with the criminal element itself, and that is not at this time and point. It's not been done by the government.
Well, my understanding is that the ANC government and the EFF are involved in this.
Yes, we also say exactly the same thing because we think that this, the CITs, cash in transit heists, and all this dancing around in the streets and farm attacks and farm murders, the same people are orchestrating this. So it must be involvement from the government itself.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you. Now, I guess the mood is a bit somber, isn't it, amongst the community there? I guess the outrage is quite telling.
Yes, but it is somber because this farmer that was killed a few months back, he was quite well known in the area. He lived his whole life in and around Naboomspruit.
Yeah.
And so he was quite well known because he was murdered. They first fastened him on a chair and then they choked him to death.
Now I hope everybody overseas is listening to this. This is what these thugs do to the farmers in South Africa. So tell us what happened. They choked him to death, okay? And then?
Yes, they gained entrance into his house about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then they tied up him and his wife. They bounced the old lady around, and then after that they normally go for the head and they hit you with all kinds of stuff, and then they take a kettle, they boil the kettle, and then they pour that hot water onto you to get access to a safe or whatever. And he told them they can take anything they want, and well, they killed him.
It's just shocking. And these three guys we're going to see today are the three who were caught and are the suspects behind this murder.
Yes, three. There was 4 of them. There's still one outstanding that we didn't caught that day. He is well known in the area, but up to now the SAPS didn't find him.
Wow. Can you just turn the camera around so we can see what's happening around you?
Okay, I first wanted to show you the farmer that has been killed.
Oh yes,
Here's
please
a photo
do.
of him and his wife. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow. And that's his wife.
Yes, that is his wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wasn't she brutally raped?
No, she wasn't raped. That is another farm attack that happened about
There's so
3
many
weeks
of them.
ago. Yeah, there's so many of them. We can't. Up to now, I think the stats. There has been for August alone 3 farm murders, and I think there was 17 or 18 farm attacks, and 5 were averted.
Wow. It's just not right.
Yeah. And what they normally do is they target the older people. It's not young, fit people that they target. They're targeting the old people.
Yeah. Now, are you able to just turn the camera around just so we can see the scenery around you for a second?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, we have a difficulty with this one.
Yeah, just keep it on that way. Just turn it around. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
See,
So,
there's not a lot of cars here at the moment.
yeah.
The convoy is still on its way here. So there's not a lot going on at the moment here, but it's close to the court, so this is the best place to wait
Yeah.
for them.
Are there any other farmers we can have a word with just to get their views on what's going on?
They are still on their way here with the convoy, but I'm gonna ask one guy. He's sitting here. He came with his employer. He's also fed up with all this farm attacks, and they are
Yeah.
also being tortured and murdered. So I'm gonna. He's not very good at English like me, but his name is Jafta, and he just want to say something.
Okay,
Just gonna
fantastic.
give him the phone. Jafta, kyk daar by die foon. You see the people.
Hi, Yachter, how are you?
I'm fine.
So, tell me, why are you here today? Are you concerned about all these farm murders?
These people, they must stop killing the white peoples,
Yeah,
because if they kill the white peoples, where can we get food?
exactly, food security. How are people going to be fed?
And we cannot have the job because they are kill the white peoples.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And are you from this town, or are you from a farm nearby?
Yeah, I'm staying in the town.
Okay. And have you spoken to many of your community about what's going on with these farm murders? What are their views?
I don't understand.
Wat dink die mense van die plaasaanvalle? Do the people complain about the farm attacks? Your people?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
He's saying the other people that's staying with him don't care about farm attacks.
They don't worry about
All
it.
the people, yeah, they don't worry about it.
Okay. Just put me back to Jafta again. Now, don't they understand that if you kill the farmers, there's going to be no food and you're going to starve? Don't they understand that?
Me, I understand it,
So,
but other people, they don't understand.
that's crazy. Well, thank you so much for being here as part of the protest. It's lovely to see you there.
Okay,
Thank you, Jaftana.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can get someone else to speak to us.
Yeah, no, it's
Nobody
nice to
wants
talk to
speak.
people just to get the general mood and the feeling of how people are.
Yeah. No, I'm going to ask someone. Okay. I'm going to give Hendrik the phone. He's the organizer of today.
Oh, okay.
So you can speak to him.
Fantastic.
Okay. Thank you, Scott.
Okay.
You can hold the phone.
I'm going to hold the phone.
Hi, Hendrik, how are you?
Stand over there. Otherwise, I'm going to bother them. Just to rectify things, it's not me that organized it. I'm just the media spokesperson.
Right.
It is the Transvaal Agricultural Union of South Africa's Potgietersrus area that's organizing the thing. The reason for it is that there's been an attack a few months ago here where Mr. Alwyn van Sail was killed, murdered. His attackers is coming into the court today. We decided, well, it's a good idea to come together today and demonstrate our extreme
Outrage.
how can I put it? How upset we are
Yeah.
about farm murders in South Africa. You know, while we as farmers are struggling to put food on the table of the citizens of South Africa, we have a president that goes on national television and says that there's absolutely no such thing as farm murders. So that upsets a lot of farmers. The way we have to live every day with looking over your shoulder every minute of the day, that can't go on like that. And there's a lot of enthusiasm amongst the farmers over here. We expected to have 40 or maybe 50 tractors and farm implements over here, but we've had, I think we're going to have more than 200. One of the areas south of One of the areas south of the town, there's more than 150. As we speak right now, they're starting to move into town. We're going to have 2 big circles moving as the convoy goes through town. Because of the COVID regulations, we're not going to have a big gathering of people around here by the court. We have a bunch of people that we asked to go there. The family is going to be going there. We're going to support them, and we're going to be talking to the media over here. We have a chopper that's taking the media up into the air so they can have a better view of things going on onto the ground. But it's just incredible to see the enthusiasm amongst the farmers. You ask them to bring a tractor, then they show up with a huge John Deere sprayer. They show up with planters, huge interlinked trucks with feed on the back. There's even a bunch of guys on their horseback joining us on the whole thing. So it's a big encouragement for the farmers. It's lifting the morale. We are very, very happy, and it's a huge success right now, and it's just starting.
Fantastic. Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any other media there?
Oh, yes. There's a TV crew from France. I don't know what the name of the TV station is. They're from France. There's several newspaper and online media houses, but I have not seen Media 24 here, but that's about what it is.
Okay, and SATV? SATV?
I have not seen it.
Yeah, well, they're run by the ANC government, so that figures.
Of course, yeah. If they show up, they might try to find something to penalize us by. So, it is what it is. We decided we're not going to stand back because of whatever political thing they want to make of it. It's completely without any political background. This is a farmer's thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it like that. There's no political stage for any political party to make statements and speeches and stuff like that. It's the farmers organizing something for the farmers.
Good. Excellent. Now, talking about this organizing, do you have people who are going to be making speeches before these 3 guys are taken into court? What have you got planned?
Not really. The thing is that we have these COVID regulations, and we, by law, can't gather as a group more than 50 people together, and we have hundreds of people here.
Right.
There's been a lot of people that wanted to get together and get silent in prayer before the whole event started. We localized that to the areas around town where people are gathering to start the whole the convoy. But we don't have any of thing like that at the court like a lot of other cases like this has had in the past. No, we don't. We only have the media here together, and we're standing right next to the area where the 2 circles, the 2 convoys are going to pass each other right up in the street. But they just started, so that's going to be a little bit until that's going to happen here.
Right. Okay. And where is the Magistrates Court? Which direction is it?
Are you asking from where I'm standing?
Yes.
Yeah.
The court is about, say, 500 meters to my right here.
Right.
We're standing in front of the municipal buildings, and there's a church over here as well, but
Yes.
it's just on the other side of the church.
Yeah, that's the Nederlandse Herafomorde. What's it? Herafomerde Church.
On the one side is the Gereformeerde Kerk, and the other side is the Dutch Reformed Church.
Right. Right. Now, is Simone able to get on the helicopter, and so we can show people around the world what it looks like?
Yes, the chopper is still in the air with the first team. They're coming in to land right now, so it's going to be quite noisy.
Yeah.
She's going to be on one of the next flights going up.
Fantastic. That'll be great. We've got about 500 people watching right now.
It's really loud over here, so let's just postpone until we can hear again.
Okay, no problems.
Okay, Scott, the cars are coming in now, the convoy.
Okay, you want to show us?
Yes, I want to show you. This is... Okay, I'm going to try and switch my phone around.
Okay.
Still don't want to switch around and it looks a bit stupid. I don't know if you can see if I turn it. Let me do this.
Just turn the camera around. Just turn the phone around.
This is so nice.
Simone? Simone?
Yes.
Just turn the phone around.
Yeah, I'm going to do it now.
Okay.
Too.
Oh, there we go. Here they come. Look at this, guys. Here come the tractors.
Can you see it, Scott?
Yes, I can. Perfect. Absolutely perfect where you are. This is so sad.
Scott, I cannot hear you.
I know. I'm just watching. I'm just watching. It's just show the vehicles coming down the road. It's just so. It's very emotionally draining just watching. It must be terrible for people in Naboomspruit.
Oh, Scott, I'm going to turn around now.
Okay.
Can you see
Oh,
this?
look at the horses. Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're coming from both sides now.
Wow.
Dankie. Hello. Dankie. Can you see?
Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, wow. I love horses. They're such gentle animals. They're just amazing.
They are now. Look at this. I wish you could be here.
Oh, I wish so too. Oh my gosh. Look at this.
Hopefully this will make a difference. You know what, Scott? Everyone says that the Boer people can't stand together. I
Oh,
wish they would stop saying that.
yeah.
Look how Boer people stand together.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
If it's a fire or a farm attack, we are together.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And
Gee,
then
there are
goes
hundreds of
Barend.
cars, aren't there?
Look at this.
And for everybody watching, you'll notice that the largely white community are following the laws of social distancing. I love the horses. Oh wow. Look at those horses.
Look at those ones.
Oh, look at that beautiful grey. Oh wow.
They are so proud, these little girls.
Oh. Are you able to get on the helicopter soon?
I hope so. The helicopter.
Still in the air.
It's still in the air,
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, but when it comes down again.
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, fantastic, because that'd be
I'll ask
great
nicely.
footage.
Yeah, it would. Look at all these people.
Oh, wow. Well, I think the magistrate will have to move out of town if he gives him bail.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
And this is only a small fraction of what's happening. You'll see in a little bit. The green tractors is not even here yet. The red ones either. So this is nothing. You know, you'll see the footage out of the chopper. This is incredible.
Yeah, I noticed you got the TLUSA logo on your shirt.
We cannot hear you, Scott. It's
Oh,
too
okay.
loud. Look at this little girl. The chopper's gonna land now, so we can't hear you.
Do you want to go across to the chopper and get a ride? Oh, here it is. There's the chopper in the sky. Simone?
Look at this, Scott.
She can't hear me. Oh, look at those beautiful Clydesdales. I think they're Clydesdales. You can understand why the farmers don't want to give up their lives. I mean, wow. It's just so terrible that they've got this hanging over them the whole time in South Africa. As Simone said, this is what happens when a community comes together. Look at this. I hope you're all taking in the moment, because this is live in Naboomspruit. Got over 600 people watching at the moment. Welcome everybody. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. The Loving Life channel, we're going to be covering several protests like this in the next couple of months.
Are you still receiving this, Scott?
Yes, I am. Yes, Simone, I can hear you.
Okay.
Simone,
You know
are you able to talk to the helicopter guy and see if we can get a ride?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a ride, but they're still up there.
Okay.
It doesn't look like they want to come down.
Yeah, we don't want you getting a tow rope or something.
Yeah, and there's Barend again. He's up and down.
Wow. Wow,
You know
wow,
what?
wow.
This is such a sad day, but still, the people that's standing together is giving us a little hope.
Yeah.
It's giving. Oh, here's the tractors. Oh my.
Let's have a look at the
This is
tractors.
so- Can you see it, Scott?
Not yet. Up there, there's
You
still
will
a
see it
distance
now.
away. I can see something coming closer.
You will see it now.
Oh, I think I see them now. Yeah,
There's just a few people in the way.
yeah.
Is this working?
Yes, that's perfect. Oh, wow. Here come the tractors, guys. Here come the tractors. It was very disturbing that African fellow we talked to earlier said that even though he supported the protest against the farm murders, other people in his community didn't care. They weren't worried about the farmers being murdered. That's so sad. Afroby says, Henry says a wider angle, Scott. Well, look, I tell you what, I'm just happy we're getting this footage. I don't want to try something and then things go pear-shaped. So look, we'll just stick with it as it is. Look at those beautiful jacarandas. You're doing a great job, Simone.
Oh, I'm trying.
You're doing a great job. Well done.
Thanks.
Okay, Rolf Martins has said, how long will this live stream go on for? Rolf, I would say that it's probably going to go on for a while, because we still want to get in the helicopter and film from up above, so you can look down at Naboomspruit from above and you can see all the cars. Thanks, Roland. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've got some really interesting live streams coming up, as this channel has now been recognized as a place to go if you want coverage for your live stream.
Wow, this is amazing.
Oh, it is absolutely fantastic. What a turnout.
Just to be part of this.
Yeah, what a turnout.
And this is for all the people that says Boere can't stand together.
Well, they
Don't
certainly
say it
are
again.
today.
We are always standing together.
Mm-hmm.
Whether if it's a fire or a farm attack, we are always together.
Yeah.
Always.
This is more than just a few hundred people.
Yeah, no, this is a big turnout.
Wow.
There's more tractors coming.
These are new tractors. It's not the same. Oh, it's not the same
It's
as
new
the
ones.
Oh,
You want to speak?
Yeah, let's talk to this fellow.
Yes. Can you still see?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. Hi there, how are you?
I'm Naftali.
Naftali, how
Yes, I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Good.
are you? What do you
Well,
feel about this farm attack?
I'm actually in
We are
Australia.
Together, we must not kill each other, because farmers are helping us a lot. So there is no way that we can attack them. We must support them. If there is event like this, we must support each other. We must stop this farm attack. Everyone must stop it. We are one nation. We must live united as one. That is the fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you get that, Scott?
Yes, I got that, yeah, thank you.
Get it?
Yeah.
I thought it was too noisy.
Yeah, no, it was good. Now,
Yes.
are you from Naboomspruit?
Yes, I'm from Naboomspruit. I'm staying in town. The councillor is Councillor Law. I'm staying here in 7th Street, number 82.
Right, okay, so you're a councillor, are
I'm
you?
working at municipality as well. I'm working here at municipality.
Oh, okay, right, okay. And
Yes.
what is the general feeling amongst the people you work with about what's going on? You know, these farm murders.
It's
What
very
do
sad.
they think?
No, it's very sad to see killing one another, especially when people are killing farmers. It's very sad, because we must live as one nation. We are one nation. We belong in South Africa, all of us. No one must kill one another. We
Well
must
said.
support each other if there's such events. Yes, if we've got such events, we must support one another.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you are doing it peacefully, so without bothering anyone, without fighting with anyone. You are just demonstrating to show that enough is enough. This thing of farmer attackers must stop.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Thank you very much for your comments.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Scott, they are still coming in. A lot of cars. The chopper was here quickly, but it left again. He didn't land. So I don't know when I'm going to get a turn. Let me see if I can find someone else you can talk to.
Right, okay.
Let me just give you footage while I'm looking for
Oh,
someone.
wow, look at that. Well, there's the proof, guys. The farmers do stand together. We've seen hundreds of vehicles passing through this part of town. This is the main protest strip. They're coming from two different directions. You can see the cars going slowly both ways. This has been going on for about 10, 15 minutes now.
Dankie. Okay, Scott, I'm going to give Barend the phone quickly.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can find out what's going on with the court appearances, then I will let you know.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, Barend is on the other side of the road, just 1 second.
That's a problem.
Everybody knows him, so everybody's waving and chatting. And
We'll have a few interviews with people he's talking to.
okay, yes, Barend. Check this first.
Oh, wow. Look at the size of that tractor. What the heck is that? That's like something out of Star Wars.
It's a track.
That's
a tractor.
Barend says it's a tracker.
Look at that, guys. Wow. No, that's a truck.
Okay, yes, Barend.
Okay.
Okay, yes, more. Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow. Look at all these tractors coming by. Just for those who've joined us, this is happening right now at Naboomspruit in Limpopo. And the protest is about 3 suspects who are seeking bail after a farmer was murdered in the district. It's absolutely shocking and people are just outraged.
Can you kyk of daar iets op die groep is?
Ek het my foon vir 'n rukkie afgesit byna van klaar. Dis ons baie plaas om te begin te werk.
This is not stopping.
Wow. This has been going for 20 minutes plus now. Both ways.
I think I must get on this one for footage.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's such a show of support.
Hi, that's my one.
Now, new names loading says strange though, Scotty, because whenever there's a state presidential address on YouTube, media platforms like SABC, Anchor, etc., very few people tackle this on live chats. Now, I have to say that it's absolutely disgusting that the SABC are not here to cover this. You know, this is the ANC at work. They are completely ignoring this event. This is huge. You probably won't see this on SATV tonight, but you will. I will be keeping a copy of this live stream permanently on this Loving Life channel. Yeah, Peter, there are a lot of Aussies watching. Yep, a lot of Aussies watching.
Jy by my
Hi, Barend.
Hi Scott, I'm back again.
Good to see you back.
Yes, finding you.
Excellent, excellent. Are there any of your mates you want to have a chat to so we can tell the world what they think about what's happening?
Let me quickly find. I'm gonna walk with the car and I'll get some people to speak.
Okay,
Hey,
cool.
Hey, there's plenty of people. I think there's more than 1,000 cars here.
Wow, 1,000 cars. That's
Yeah.
about 1,500 people
Yeah.
at least.
I'm thinking that.
Do you
And there's
think-
about, I would say, 50 to 80 tractors and heavy vehicles here.
Wow. Do you think Naboomspruit has ever seen so many people come through the town like this?
Never. Never. This is a first.
So this is a huge show of support for the farmers.
Yes. Yes. No, this is a huge show of support. For sure. Goed, yeah, Jannie.
You want to get Yanni on?
Jannie. Ek is op live op met Australië.
Okay.
Sê net so ietsie, maar jy moet in Engels praat.
Oh God.
Okay.
Good morning to
Hi, Yanni.
everyone in Australia. Aye. We support your. We thanks our thanks for your support. There's about 600 to 800 vehicles this morning in this action. The attitude and our people are ready to stand together to stop this. I think everybody had enough of this, and we thanks for your prayers and your support back there.
You certainly have them.
Okay. Thanks, Jannie. Okay, that's one of our leaders in the community from
Right.
Naboomspruit, Jannie.
Right.
Sien ek.
It sounds like Barend. It sounds like the community has just about had enough of this.
I think the community had enough. And this thing it's been organized in about 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
It's not that it was weeks in planning. It was really organized in 2 to 3 days.
Have you had any feedback on what's happening in the court?
No,
Simone's
not yet.
checking that out,
No
isn't she?
feedback. I think we're going to walk there. There's no way that we're going to drive now.
Yeah.
Quickly walk there. It's about 2 blocks from here. Just to have some feedback and see what's happening with the suspects.
Right. Well, I hope they put them behind bars and throw away the key.
Yes. No. Well, I've got better plans for them.
Yeah. Well, it's called mob
see, the
justice in the townships.
Yeah. You see, and the other problem that we have is the moment that we catch these guys, if the case is out of our hands, then it goes to the government,
Yeah.
and we all know what happens then.
Yeah.
And normally, even if they are prosecuted, normally what happens, after 10 years in jail, they get out on bail. But they have killed people.
But Barend, the issue I have is that it's quite clear that the major political parties actually recruit these people to do this sort of stuff. You know, they've got.
Well, that's exactly.
This is
That
not
is exactly
someone.
what we are saying.
This is not someone who's just come out of a township and decided he's going to rob a farmer. This is very, very carefully planned and organized. These guys have been trained. Now, who's trained them? That's the big issue.
They have definitely been trained. They know the bush quite well. The moment the attack starts, after fleeing, they only take a telephone and they only take telephones and firearms, and in the bush, for every 1 kilometer, they are 5 minutes on a kilometer. So they are very well trained.
Right. So
if you hear of the attack, let's say for instance the attack was 8 o'clock, and you hear 9 o'clock about the attack, they are already 6 kilometers away in the bush, between 6 and 7 kilometers away. Yeah.
So it's very hard to track them down.
Yes, what we normally do, we deploy and we open up about, I would say, a 10-kilometer radius for the first hour, and after an hour we open up the radius to 20 kilometers. That is how fast these people go.
Wow. What success rate have you had in actually apprehending suspects?
20%.
So 1 in 5.
1 in 5.
And the police, what success rate have the police had?
Between 3 and 5%.
In other words, zilch.
It's nothing. It's
Now,
nothing.
That is extraordinary. If this was back in the 1980s, I mean, the South African Police Service would have this knuckle down in 5 minutes flat.
There was always farm murders and farm attacks, but never as vicious as this.
Yeah.
Never as vicious.
Now this is clearly people who've been trained to intimidate and try and put fear into the hearts of people in the area.
Yes, and not even that. The moment that an attack like that takes place, the people sell the farm, and then the farm gets totally screwed. There's nothing left of the farm, and that's the problem. So all the people in the rural areas, they are all starting to go into the smaller towns or even to the cities. They sell the farms.
Do you know who's buying the farms? Is it ANC cadres buying the farms?
Yes. Yes, normally that is.
Wow. So this is part of the black economic transformation, I guess.
Yes, this is part of BEE, definitely.
Wow.
I'm at the court now, but it doesn't seem like there's something going on here.
You want to just show us? Show us the court. Do you want to show us the courthouse? Just turn the camera around. Just turn the camera around. That's it.
You will see there's a courthouse there in the background, and it's cordoned off. We can't go in here.
Right. Okay. Just show us again. Hi, Simone.
I just spoke to some people that was inside. They don't want to give us any info on what's going on.
Right. But are the suspects inside the court at the moment?
I think so, yeah. They don't want to give us any info. Nothing. They don't want to say anything. They're chasing us away.
Is this the court officials?
Yeah, only the court officials.
Right.
Let's see if I can show you. But it's not working a lot.
Where's the courthouse?
The court is here at the, let me just see where I am. It's at the back with these big trees.
Oh, I see. So it's in front of us now.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Well, I haven't seen such a turnout of police in a long time. You know, if this was a march in a township, you wouldn't have any police at all.
But then you will also have the Boere to keep everything calm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You see. Let me just show you, there's more.
This must be Nelson Mandela Drive.
I've got no idea.
Yeah, no, it's a corner of 5th Street and Nelson Mandela Drive, the Magistrates Court. Wow, look at that big truck in the back there.
As you can hear, my phone is going mad.
Yeah, I can. Well, we got about 800 people watching us at the moment. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I think it's quite extraordinary what we're seeing. Naboomspruit is a tiny little town in the middle of nowhere. Look how the people have come out to support them. Absolutely amazing. Okay, for those who've just joined the live stream, what we're looking at is the protest by the farmers and the local community in the small little town of Naboomspruit. A couple of months ago, a farmer was brutally murdered in this district, and as Barend just said, the community are gatful. They've had enough. And right now, today, as we're watching, the 3 suspects in the murder are trying to get bail so that they can get out of jail. And this is what's really upset the community. This is why they're all out there. And we're waiting to hear whether their bail application has been successful.
Scott, just for interest sake, I don't know if Barend told you, but the morning when this couple was attacked, they found us 1:30, and we were standing next to the road from about 2 o'clock till I think 10 o'clock. So yeah, we were here from the beginning, from the attack. We were helping to, not me, but the guys were all working together to catch these criminals, these terrorists.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is important for us because we were there from the beginning.
Yeah, and he was saying that the South African police service are worse than useless.
Worse. Yeah. Yeah. No, let's just say they are useless.
Yeah.
Okay, Barend is asked. I've got someone here to speak to. Just what? Okay.
Jy kan jouself voorstel.
Okay, Scott.
Jy moet praat met die foon.
I'm going to give the phone to Saki.
Okay. Hi, Saki.
Morning, how are you?
Excellent, thank you. And yourself? I'm broadcasting this to the world from Australia.
100%, no problem. I'm Saki Lawrence. I'm from Horsveld, Misdaad Ondersoeke. We investigate serious violent crimes, house robberies, farm attacks mostly. I was also involved in the investigation in this matter. So yeah, we're here to show support and to try and stop the violence in South Africa.
Yeah, well, that's great. What do you think of the application of these 3 guys to get bail?
Yeah, obviously they've got a right to apply for bail, but I don't think there's any chances of them getting bail, as they are Zimbabweans, and it's a Schedule 6 offence that they committed. So if the law does their work and the investigation officer did his work, there's no way that they can get bail if the circumstances are taken into consideration.
But I've heard of people in exactly the same situation who've actually got bail in the past in South Africa.
Yeah, it's true. It happens, but it's not supposed to happen. If the things are handled correctly, they're not supposed to get bail. Because, as I say, it's a Schedule 6 offence. They're not supposed to get bail, and they are foreigners from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, and
if circumstances are handled correctly, they're not supposed to get bail.
Yeah. Do you think that the turnout of the community at Naboomspruit today will really make the magistrate realize that he better do the right thing?
I can't comment on that. I'm not 100% sure. It's a good thing that the many people that are here, but I don't know if it's going to have any impact on his decision. We'll hope so.
Right. When do you expect to get a decision?
I think around about, let's say at least at 2 o'clock on the latest, maybe if we're lucky.
So you don't think it'll be before then?
I can't say. I'm not sure. It depends on all the facts before court, so it's quite difficult to determine a time.
Right. Okay. Now, tell me what your views are on what's happening in South Africa today.
Yeah, the problem is, as I say, the serious violent crime is totally out of hand. And it's not only in the farming community, it's all over South Africa that the murders and the serious violent crimes is becoming worse every day, and the violence and the torture and the stuff that goes with it is just getting worse and worse every day. So we're living in a very violent community and country at this stage.
Well, I think it's the most violent country in the world today.
Yeah, it must be nearly one of the, if not, yeah, very close to the most violent, yes.
Well, I know that Cape Town, Pietermaritzburg, Pretoria, the major cities are in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the world today. They're right up there with Buenos Aires and Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's all over the community. It's house robberies in towns, it's in the townships, it's in the farms. It's the serious violent crime is just totally out of hand.
Yeah. And what is your work exactly? Do you just go and investigate crimes? Are you a detective or are you a private business?
And I'm a private detective. I was in the SAPS for 26 years. I left in 2015. We started the company. So what I do is I do the serious violent crime investigations and with hand in hand with the police in Limpopo. So we actually help police to build the case and to get the perpetrators arrested and so forth.
You must be the busiest man in Limpopo because of all these farm attacks that are happening.
Yeah, in Limpopo we're quite lucky actually. Let me put it that way. There's fewer than the rest of the country, but yes, we have got a lot of people, a lot of institutions that are fighting crime. So it's a matter of a lot of people trying their level best to see that the crime goes down.
Now, in your view, you've obviously investigated a lot of farm attacks and farm murders. In your view, are these just people going out there to rob, or do you think there's a more sinister motive behind these attacks?
Yeah, we could look at it in different ways. Obviously, they are there to rob, but the problem is the violence, the culture and the violence behind it, and the violence in the country makes it difficult to pinpoint because it's quite a lot of violence in every sector of the community, so it's difficult to pinpoint it to something more sinister, but definitely the violence is getting worse and worse.
Well, I've heard that the ANC government and the EFF have little training camps for these guys, and they're actually on a retainer. They get paid to go and attack farmers. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't heard of that before, and I can't confirm it.
Yeah, well, they seem to be very professional in their attacks. I mean, it's not just some random guy going out there and, breaking into a house. They seem to have a plan and a strategy when they do it. There's more to this than just someone breaking into a house, that's for sure.
Obviously, they come in big groups and it is organized, but to which level it's organized and from where the instructions come, as I say, I cannot comment on that. Definitely there's robbery and there's a money factor and the gain stuff is involved, but I'm not sure if anybody sits behind it. I cannot comment or I cannot confirm.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, you're in the business. You got to be careful what you say. I get it.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty. Can you put me back to Simone?
Just hang on. Thanks a million.
Thanks a lot. Good chatting to you.
Just hang on, she's on her way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Simone.
Scott? Yes. Yes, Scott, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Now, is there any way we can walk up that path to the actual Magistrates Court, or is it just totally blocked off?
It's blocked off. Police vehicles, police people. There's no way that we're going to get in there.
Right. Now, is there any way we can get on that helicopter and have a look from up above?
It looks like... I'm just... the horses...
oh, look at those horses. Show us the horses.
Scott, the helicopter still haven't landed yet.
Oh, okay. you want to show us the horses behind you coming up? Look at that. Oh, I think those are the ones we saw earlier.
Yeah, they are the ones.
That's a beautiful church. What church is that in the background?
Let me just see for you. I don't stay in Naboom, so I don't know
Right.
the town very well.
Well, guys, this is the only place on the internet, I think, that you're getting this live coverage at Naboomspruit. Isn't Simone doing a fantastic job? Yeah, I've heard that, Nikki. Nikki says jamming equipment used in farm attacks is military issued only and manufactured in China. Now, that clearly implicates the government in some way involved in these attacks.
Scott, I asked someone, they said it's the Dutch Reformed Church.
Oh, okay. It's a lovely old church. I love the churches in these old towns. Wow.
I just want to show you. There's no way that we're going to get close to the court.
Right.
Let's see.
When there's nothing to do, the police service is right there. Look at that. Standing there in a line. Is that the entire police service in Naboomspruit, Simone?
I'm not sure, Scott.
They've probably borrowed people from out of town too.
I hope not. Yeah, well, I think so. Yeah, they're not a lot. Just see if I can find out something for you.
Yeah, okay.
Kon jy alweer enigiets hoor?
Oh, D says, is there any mainstream media visible? D, SATV are missing in action, I can tell you that. And there are a few online newspapers there, but that's about it. And there's apparently a French television crew there as well.
There are still cars coming in, bakkies, tractors.
Wow.
Yeah, still.
Well, it's now 9:35 your time. Look at that. Wow, these are still coming in. Wow. This is huge. This has been going on for well over half an hour, guys. The cars coming through like this. It's just been huge. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars. Thousands of people here. All gatvol with the the farm attacks and farm murders. Yeah, Liz says, Donkey, Barend and Simone, aren't they doing a fantastic job?
Thank you, Scott. If I do this again, it will be the second time.
Well, you won't be so stressed out next time. Remember I told you it'd be easy?
I won't say it's easy. I think if it was in Afrikaans, I would enjoy it more, but yeah, no.
But the rest of the world wouldn't know what we're talking about.
But then I would know what I'm talking about.
Well, you've done extremely well, believe me.
Thank you, Scott.
Is there something you'd like to say in Afrikaans? Because we have a lot of South Africans watching. We've got about 800 people watching at the moment. You go and say something in Afrikaans. What are you feeling?
Wat ek voel is dat dit maak 'n mens hart trots. Dit maak jou hartseer en dit maak jou ook sterk om hier so te staan en te sien hoe hierdie mense regtig, hulle gee net nie om nie, swart en wit, almal staan op vir die regte ding. En dankie vir al die mense wat daar buite, wat ook die moeite doen, wat altyd saam met ons hierdie fight, wat die mense wat 'n ou ondersteun en ja, that's all.
So in summary, what you said is thank you for everybody who's come out and supported, regardless of colour, and that you know, it's time for people to stand together and stop this.
Yep, that's it. There's someone going into the court now. Through the police barricades.
Is he a press?
I don't know. No, I don't know if it's a lawyer or. No, they're gone again.
Right. Okay.
The
Well,
chopper is still in the air. Still haven't landed.
you want to show us the vehicles coming up on the road behind you? It's quite extraordinary. I mean, to get this in perspective, Naboomspruit is a tiny little town. These people have come from all over the area to come and support the farmers. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. Wow. Guess what? Hippo Eyes, Cyril Ramaphosa won't mention this ever because he'll be so embarrassed because he is on his way out, that's for sure. Like the ANC must go, guys. What do you guys reckon? In the side chat, if you think the ANC must go, type 1. If you think the ANC must stay, type 2. Put that in the side chat. Let's see what the common consensus is. Wow, look at that traffic coming through. Amazing.
You are on a live streaming to Australia. Say hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, thanks for
Hi, guys.
Thanks for the support, huh?
Great. Well,
Hello.
we in Australia support you guys 100%. So, what is the common consensus here about what's happening today?
Streaming to Australia. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for the support, huh?
Great.
Hello.
We in Australia support you guys 100%.
As I buy donkey.
Thank you. What is the common consensus here about what's happening today?
Ja, ek weet nie, is maar net die boere wat saam staan en
Engels.
nee.
But I speak English, Scott.
We in Australia support you guys 100%. That's okay. Let them speak in Afrikaans.
Well, basically, I think everything has been just holding on, and now we are basically fed up with everything. We are tired of asking. Now we want the whole world to support our cause. So yeah, thanks for the help. Thanks for the support. And I think today we are making history in Naboomspruit as well as in Limpopo.
You certainly are. And look, I just have to tell you, we got well over about 750 people watching this live stream right now, and I asked the question. I said, who thinks the ANC should go? And if you think one, this is on YouTube and a live stream, if you think they should go, type 1. If you think they should stay, type 2. And we've had hundreds of ones and not 1, 2. So everybody in South Africa wants the ANC to go.
Yeah, I think that's more of a thing that we should discuss later on. But yeah, we just want to say thanks a lot from this side. we are here for the people that have been.
Oh,
that have been
absolutely.
touched with. And we are here for the guys that that has been hurt, for the families that have been broken. So yeah, we just want to say thanks a lot, and yeah, let's see if we can stop this. Let's see if we can all work together.
Yeah, well, just know that you've got our support here in Australia. There are a lot of expat South Africans in Australia, and there are a lot of people from living in Australia now watching this live stream.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Thanks a lot.
Okay, nice speaking.
I have to catch it right back, Scott. Just hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get up here on a bakkie with a lot of people, and they're gonna speak to me whether they want to or not. Hi, Yella. Okay.
Well, I can see the overwhelming consensus is the ANC must go. Hashtag ANC must go.
Scott, I'm here with a few young people at the back of a bakkie.
Goeiedag.
Hallo. You must speak English. Okay. No, I'll after them. What do you feel about today?
Very proud.
Proud.
Yeah, very proud that we're all coming together.
And we're standing together to save the farmers.
Now let me ask you a simple question, guys. You're young fellows who work on farms. Are the farmers being targeted by gangs?
At the moment, we are targeted to, and everyone that's on the farm, we fight every day. We stress every day with our families and everything, so it's hard on us.
So you are being targeted?
Yes, because we, everywhere in the comments that we get and everything, especially when you're on a farm.
Okay, but Ramaphosa has told Trump that there are no farm murders, and he said specifically murders of white farmers. What do you have to say to Ramaphosa about that statement?
All I want to say is he must just take all this stuff and get it together, to live together, all together, and make a better future for us, the farmers, so we can supply the food to the people.
You know, I am absolutely blown away by the way that you forgive someone like this who is causing so much pain for the farming community. It's quite extraordinary.
Yeah, it is difficult, but we must look at the future, because it's my children, everyone is here in South Africa, so
yeah,
we must look.
No, I understand that. I totally understand that. But it's very, very sad, these farm attacks, and as you said, you live in fear every day, don't you?
Yes, we do. We do every day.
Yeah. Is there anyone else who'd like to talk in that group?
I would like to say something, please.
Please, go ahead.
I just want to say that I want to say thank you for all of us standing together, because it kind of makes me sad. Every night we have to go to bed, and I have to see how scared my dad is, because he has to protect our whole family. So we are scared every night that something bad might happen to us, and there's bad things happening to the people next to us. So I just want to say thank you to every single person, all the shops that closed today, to stand together. I want to say thank you very much, so we can make a better future for our farmers. Thank you.
Well, you've got wisdom way beyond your age, I have to tell you that. And thank you so much for speaking up.
Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else who would like to say something?
Anyone else? Okay.
Just show me the sign. Stop Plaasmoorde. Geen.
I just want to get off. Okay, good. Okay. Môre. Okay, Scott, we still haven't heard anything from the court yet. The chopper still hasn't landed yet. Let me see if I can find someone who can talk to us. Look here.
Oh, wow. Is that a Coles truck or a big supermarket truck, is it?
Scott, I just want to show you something. We are a sponsor for this banner. Look at this banner. Someone made it for us.
Oh, wow. It's covering the whole side of the truck. What does it say?
Let me see if I can get it closer.
Yeah,
Better?
I've got it. It says stop. We support the farmers. Wow, that is huge.
It is beautiful now.
Oh, that is amazing. Yeah. Can we talk to them?
It was a sponsor from, I think, Marble Hall. So the people are not here now to do the interview.
Right.
But I hope that all the court cases will draw attention like this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
The support must not stop after a farm attack. If there is a court case, the boere must come together and bring awareness to what's going on.
So what time do you think they'll actually announce what's happening with these three thugs?
You know what, Scott, in this country, time doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It can be 3 o'clock this afternoon, it can be, they don't care about time. So I've got no idea. As you can see, the police are a bit fewer now.
Oh yeah, they've fewer numbers, yeah. Because the police station is just around the corner from the Magistrates Court, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I actually used Google Maps and had a look.
Okay. Het jy al iets gehoor van die hof? We still haven't heard anything.
Okay. Is there any chance we can get on that helicopter, or is it still flying around?
It's still flying. I don't know if you wanna, if we must phone back later, Scott.
Okay, we can do that. We've been going for about an hour and a quarter. What I can do is I can pause this live stream and resume it a bit later. What time would you suggest?
Let's make it an hour, maybe half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
So
Let's
the
make it
time
half an hour.
the time right now is about 10 to 9. Sorry, 10 to 10. Simone? We got someone revving an engine there. Simone?
Okay.
So if we say at about 10:30.
Yes, I think 10:30.
That's about 40 minutes from now.
Yes. If something's happening, I'll phone you immediately.
Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, I'm going to just pause this live stream, so I'm not going to shut it off. So you can just keep it up. But in about 40 minutes, which will be about 10:30 a.m. Johannesburg time, we will go back live again, because I don't want to just show you. You can see the thing's been a huge success. The community's come together. So what I might do is show you a couple of videos that I've captured of the previous protest here at Naboomspruit, and then back at 10:30 a.m. Johannesburg time, we'll go back to Simone, and she says if something happens in the meantime, she will Skype me, and we'll go back live. So I'm going to shut down the live stream. You can still talk in the side chat, because we'll be coming back live again, as I say, at about 10:30 a.m. Johannesburg time. Right, Simone, so you just Skype me if something's happening, we'll go live with it, and otherwise I'll Skype you at about 10:30.
Thank you. Scott, just hold on quickly, please. I've got some info for you.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. Kan ek Afrikaans praat?
Okay. We've got some info here.
Hi.
It's Marlene Barend speaking.
Hi, Marlene.
So what is happening at the moment is the translator got stuck with a flat tire in Modimolle, and although we offered to send somebody to pick him up, or traffic to escort him here, or sending somebody to go fix his tire, he was absolutely refusing. So allegedly he's now got a claim form which he's going to submit, and then he'll get a new tyre, and then that tyre will be replaced, and then hopefully he'll arrive here in Mokopong. I can't say what time. So they've now started with other cases in court, and we'll probably only hear in a few hours what time he's going to be here.
Why couldn't they use another translator?
It's the translator, yes.
Yeah,
from
but why
Swedish
couldn't
English.
they use someone else? I mean, he's not the only person in Africa who can translate.
You'd think, yes. We've asked the same question, but allegedly he is the only person available for today, because that is exactly what we wanted to know. Why couldn't they just find somebody else? I mean, we were willing to send a helicopter to pick him up. He refused that. I was willing to send municipal traffic to go and fetch him. They refused that. We were then willing to send the municipality's maintenance team to go fix his tyre. He's also refusing that. So I honestly don't understand it, but it feels like a delay tactic.
But what's your position in the court?
I'm the mayor of this local municipality, so
Ah.
town is one of the towns in my municipality.
So you're the mayor of Naboomspruit, are you?
Yes, it's just one of my towns. I actually have 5 towns.
Oh, okay. Oh, lovely to meet you. That's great.
Very nice to meet you too.
Now, what are your views on what's going on in South Africa today with these farm attacks?
This morning or overall? Sorry? Are you asking my opinion about what's happening in court at the moment, or just overall?
No. What's happening with these farm attacks around South Africa? What are your views on this? Do you think it's organized?
I don't think it's necessarily a criminal organization organizing all of these attacks across the country. But what I do think is that the fact that there are political pressure on people to do it is definitely true. The fact that the ANC doesn't actually say anything against farm attacks ever, tell people that they condone it. So it will feel to them that they really don't care about people living in rural areas. And people in rural areas feel unsafe. And the fact that farm attacks happen so often, it gets worse and worse in areas like ours, mean that people have to really just protect themselves and look after themselves. Because if we're not in that situation, then it doesn't feel like the police are there at all to protect us.
Right. Now, look, I was just speaking to some young farmers just a short while ago, and they all said that every night they go to bed in fear because of the farm attacks. That isn't a normal form of living of anybody.
No, absolutely not. And that is why I think a lot of people feel like the farm attacks in South Africa make farmers and people living in rural areas feel like they are in a war zone, because they constantly have to look after themselves. They constantly live in fear. They have to protect themselves. They carry guns all the time. We find that people even carry guns when they go to shops or to restaurants or to church.
Right.
Because they're afraid if they go back home, something might happen and they might need to use that weapon.
Right. Now, can I just get your name again? Because you're the mayor of this area. What is your name?
Yes, it's Marlene van Staden.
Marlene van Staden. Okay. Now look,
Marlene, yes,
yeah,
Marlene.
It's been absolutely wonderful talking to you, and this excuse by the translator that he's got a flat tire and then he's refusing to take alternative transport. I mean, and the magistrate's accepting that?
The magistrate is accepting it. I know it's very frustrating. We tried everything we could now. That is why we came out to come and have a look at the protest at the moment, because we can see that we're going to sit there for at least a number of hours before anything is going to happen, if it's going to pitch at all, which makes me very worried, because all the people that are supposed to be at court are there, and we're just all waiting for one. We're just all waiting for an interpreter.
Well, I find it extraordinary that they don't have another. I find it extraordinary that they don't have a backup translator. I mean, surely there's someone in Naboomspruit who talks the other languages.
Well, there's thousands of people actually.
So why can't they just get one of them?
Use a registered one.
Use a registered
I honestly
one.
don't know. Yes, I've got a member of parliament also with me that was trying to help mitigate the matter, because the thing is, courts are national competency. So as a local government mayor, I can't actually interfere in a national competency, although I was trying to assist to speed up the process of getting the translator here. I can't force him to do it, and unfortunately the court and the magistrate doesn't seem to be able to have the power to force him either. But I can hand over the phone to one of our members of parliament if you'd
Yeah,
like to.
yeah. Let's do that. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm filming from Australia.
Okay. Deja, this is a journalist from Australia who just wants to have a chat with you regarding the matter.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi.
So, am I on FaceTime? Sorry, I'm in the different age group than the others.
That's all right. Look, I'm an old guy as well, so don't worry about it.
Okay, good. Good.
And you look a lot younger than me, I have to tell you.
Okay, great. Then I don't feel too bad.
Now, sorry, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, my name is Desiree van der Walt.
Yeah.
I'm a member of parliament living in Limpopo. And I'm also here in another capacity, which is the DA, the main opposition's women's network.
Right.
Chairperson for Limpopo province. So I attend these cases, obviously, for the harm and the violence against women and children in our province.
Right. Now, well, look, I've followed your leader, or interim leader, John Steenhuisen, so I know all about the DA.
Oh, brilliant.
Now,
oh, excellent.
Now, tell me, what are your views on what is happening around South Africa when it comes to the farmers and the intimidation of the farmers?
Look, I mean, in general, I have to say that any murder or rape, whatever, is just one too many. But it seems to be an up on the farm attacks specifically. And we know that some of the reasons out of research shows that people think that farmers always have some sort of weapon like guns or hunting guns, and they always have money, because if you grow a product or you farm with cattle, they think you sell it and keep the money in the house because you're far away from town. So that is, of course, not always the case, but that is the perception. And what we have seen lately growing here is the mere fact that houses and farms have been watched over a period of time before an attack actually takes place. And nobody across the world is prepared for a sudden attack. And often, and very often, I have seen that the men, normally if they are at home, obviously try to protect their family first. And that is when women and children is sort of held, let me say, at ransom, if I'm allowed to get to the man and his gun or his money. And that is why they often kill our farmers and rape the women. So this is on the up. We had a president who not long ago actually didn't acknowledge that the attacks and murders on our farmers and our farm workers, we must never forget our farm workers under tremendous pressure as well, is also on the rise. Now, unless we do this, because we know that farmers and Limpopo province is predominantly an agricultural province, that these are the people who employ a lot of people, but they are also the people who put food on our tables. And we need a lot of help. At a recent case, which the court proceedings last week in Tabazimbi and in Dendron, Soekmekaar area, where also a lady on a game lodge were murdered and raped, and another one in Dendron also was shot in the leg and then raped, and so on. We need to really create this awareness, and I'm very happy to speak to somebody from another country that can also, send out our message on how our vulnerable society, women and children on farms, our farm workers, and of course our farmers themselves are being attacked while producing for the nation the food that we eat on a daily basis, and of course our job providers.
Yeah, well look, I think the elephant in the room is that I'm getting a lot of information that these gangs that go out and attack farmers and farm workers are actually often trained by someone. Because if you look at their skills, the way they're able to escape once they've actually raided a farm. Everything is very carefully planned to the very last dot. Now, that isn't a normal attack. If you take an attack, let's say in a residential area, you know, they go in and they steal the stuff and they rush out and they get in the car and off they go. These guys, when you look at what they do to the farmers, the process of torturing them, intimidating them, it's almost like someone has actually trained them to do this sort of stuff. Do you have any views on this?
Well, what we see on the rise, it's just not a person passing by or somebody working on the farm that leaked information. That happens daily.
Yes.
But what we have seen lately is that there are sort of gangsters that now comes out. Like the recent case, it was actually, not this case, another case in the courts during the last 2 weeks, is in fact a domestic worker's son who were involved with a gang in another province, and he actually made the call that the time is ready. So yes, they are very well planned. I heard from a talk on attacks last week that sometimes your house or your farm is being watched for up to 3-4 months before they actually do the attack. So yes, indeed, that proves that this is well planned. But we also have very good security groups here, like Heritage Protection Group and others, that are absolutely on the ground. They are experts in trying, and that is how some of these cases, especially today's court case, how they could apprehend these people in such a very quick time. So yes, I am sure the ad hoc thing is not really a one-on-one lately. I think the serious stuff is indeed very well planned, and they have really gone for our rural communities, which is of course farms, because you know farms in South Africa is also quite a distance from one another, and sometimes our elders don't want to move because they're still very active in their farming. So yes, there are a lot of planning, I believe, going on lately, and it's on the rise, and that is what is quite concerning. And we have to jack up on our justice system, and the government of the day has got to come and do the right things, you know,
right.
Jack up the justice system and acknowledge. The first step on getting this worked on is to acknowledge that there is a major challenge in our country, and that the ANC government has not done yet.
Yeah. Now, look, I have to ask you a pretty obvious question. I just heard from the mayor that the problem for the reason for the hold-up is because the translator's got a flat tire, and he's refusing to take alternative transport. Isn't that just ridiculous?
Yeah, the mayor van Staden is absolutely correct, but you see there is also procedures. Now some people will, I don't know, because it's correct or whether it is spiteful, everybody knows about the hundreds of vehicles here today in a march, protest, peaceful protest march and vehicles, if it's being spiteful. But we also have the separation of powers where a court case is a national level matter, and of course, a municipality of the mayor is something else. And she's quite correct. She offered to get somebody who deals with flat tires or tire business to get out there and go and assist. But that was refused, and that's absolutely absurd. And our court cases lists are getting longer and longer and longer because of inefficiency. And that is problematic. And we are also getting tired of this power play. We've got to deal with these emergency high security cases as quick as possible. So that is the one reason. And I've also just heard today that this is the 5th time they will appear. And I will find out, it's the first time I'm attending this specific incident's court case. And that is to verify what is going on so that I can go back to Parliament and ask the Minister of Justice what is happening with this case. I know there's still one accused on the run, but the other 3 are here, and I can't see any reason why this can't do, but obviously I'm a politician and not a legal expert.
Yeah, I just can't understand why the magistrate just doesn't say, get that guy and get him into court.
Yeah, I think we'll ask some questions on why the fourth accused isn't here. His family, I believe, of one of the accused members. Everybody knows him. He's well known in the province. And what I would do is I would submit some questions. Our parliament just returned from recess from today onwards. So I will surely put some questions to the Justice Minister and the Minister of Police. I mean, you know, it crosses over different government departments and we need answers on that.
Right. Now, look, I'm broadcasting around the world, okay, from Australia. Tell me, what are your thoughts about the situation personally, your personal views, when it comes to the way the farmers have been intimidated? I mean, they're living in fear. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I think I was a farmer's wife myself, and I was brought up on a farm. So I think our farmers are very strong people. History in our country has proven that we are a strong community in our farmers. Our farmers are not interested in this type of thing. They are here to farm, to put produce on the table for our nation. And what they want is their rights in our Constitution's Chapter 2 Bill of Rights, their right to freedom and safety and to do business and to live in without fear should be adhered to just like anybody else in the country. That's what's got to happen, is we as a community have to stand up and we have to claim our rights. And that is what the community today is doing. And I can assist this community through a petition to Parliament that we demand our rights as in our peaceful constitution drawn up with the changing from apartheid era to a democratic society in '94. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think the slogan all over our province and our country is enough is enough. And we want to stop farm murders, just like we want to stop the attack on gender-based violence of women, our children, our farm workers, any person who is being killed or raped because you entered their premises without their authority. Because you have a right to your own property. Nobody should transgress the laws and just go in there and murder you or rape you. So yes, I think people have now shown that enough is indeed enough, and that we will demand that our rights be adhered to.
Now, look, I was speaking to a guy last night. He's in the entertainment industry, okay, and the entertainment industry has been devastated by the lockdown. And he said that he has written emails, he's tried to contact by phone the minister who looks after sport, cultural affairs, etc., 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 and he just does not respond to him. You know, and I've heard this from other people who say the ministers, they do not communicate with groups who actually represent their constituency when they're ministers. You know, they just ignore them. This is something that is just clearly typical of the ANC. How do we fix that?
Well, I'll give you the correct answer, but we've got to get society to adhere to this. The only way we're going to get rid of the ANC and its ministers, the corruption, the unsafe environments in which all communities must live daily in our country, is by getting to the voting stations on election day and vote them out. People say it doesn't help, but that's not true. You can win an election with one single vote. So we've got to get out there and vote the ANC out.
Yeah.
So I just want to say there are a few good ministers in the ANC. The one you refer to on sports, arts and culture, for example, is not a good example of a good minister. And yes, I have to tell you that we are now, the court proceedings is going to start.
Right. I have one final question for you. I have one final question for you, and that is, and someone's actually raised this for me. They said, look, if they're from Zimbabwe, their English is probably better than most in South Africa.
Hello?
So why do they need a translator?
I've lost you.
Okay, I'll repeat the question.
Hello? I've lost him now.
Can you hear me, Simone?
Yes.
Okay. Just put me back onto the lady again.
They are going into court now. The translator just arrived here, Scott.
Yeah, D raised a very interesting point, and he said there are three of these guys, and if they're from Zimbabwe, their English is probably better than most in South Africa. So why do they need a translator? One of them would clearly understand English, so he could say to the other two, "This is what's been said."
Yeah, no, they can. I don't know if you received me, Scott. The translator is here now.
Oh, is he? Ah. Oh.
And I'm walking into court now.
Oh,
let's
good.
See how far we get.
Yeah, let's see how far we go. Do you want to show us the courthouse? You turn the camera around.
I hope I don't fall on my face.
Don't do that.
I'm going to fall on my back, Barend says. I don't know. Let's see how far we get.
Is that the courthouse in front of us on the right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're actually approaching the courthouse. There's a big police van. I see that.
Yeah, there's a big police van. The police saw me now. Let's see how far we get.
Okay. So this is the Mogopahong Magistrates Court, guys. We're right there, right outside the courthouse.
Mogopong.
Mogopong. Okay. Mogopong.
Yeah.
Okay. I prefer Naboomspruit. I think that's far better.
Yeah, absolutely. Naboomspruit.
So you can't go any further?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not a chance.
Okay, so there you see the sign. Magistrates Court, Mogopong.
Yes. You see, now we're just waiting. Marlene is already inside.
Wow, they've got razor wire around the courthouse as well. That says something, doesn't it?
Welcome in South Africa.
Yeah, welcome to South Africa. Who are these people who actually got access? Are they like family members or something like that?
Yeah, family members. There's also other court cases going on
right.
during the day.
Okay.
So they are family of those people, yeah.
Well, let's stick around here and see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see. At least we got this far.
Yeah, you did extremely well. You're an amazing reporter, Simone. You're doing a fantastic
job. You're going to
job.
get me into jail, Scott. We were here the previous time as well for the court case. There weren't so many support, so today is good.
Right. Now, what are those white bits of paper on the ground where the parking is?
Keep your distance.
Oh.
Yeah, keep your distance for the COVID-19. Yeah. Social distancing.
You know, the irony. You go into any township and then there's no social distancing, and here you go into a small white community and they've got these instructions all over the place. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. In the shops everywhere. You can't stand next to your own husband in the shops, but you share a house with him.
Well, you go to bed together. I mean, it's just crazy.
As long as you don't stand next to him in the shop, then it's okay.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Wow. So how many police are there around there? I see there's one on the corner of the building there.
Yeah, there's at the back of this van, there's a lot, but I don't want them to see me at this moment. At this
Yeah,
stage.
don't get arrested.
You're going to get me into jail.
No,
There's about
we won't
5
do
of
that.
them.
We need you for the next
Please,
cross. Wow. I have to tell you, Simone, I'm really impressed at how neat and tidy this little town is. You know, look at that little
Yeah, it
garden
is tidy.
inside that Magistrates Court. It's really impressive. It looks really good.
But because it's a small town, people are still proud of what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's why.
Was that mayor a DA mayor? The lady we spoke to
Marlene-
earlier?
Her name is Marlene van Staden.
Yeah, is she a Democratic Alliance politician?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they always say that the DA are a lot better than the ANC when it comes to running towns.
I would rather not answer you. Sometimes it's better to stay quiet. Okay, let's see what's going on this side. Can you see, Scott?
Yes, I can. What's that? Is that the Magistrates Court? The vehicle
Yeah, it's
going
the
in?
gates.
Oh, that's a police station, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the police station is at the back.
Yeah, it's right next door, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The van was empty when it went in, so I don't know for who it is here.
Yeah.
Hulle kom gewoon deur die polisiestasie.
Okay. Barend explained to me now that the criminals are going through the police station at the back.
Ah, so they're coming out now, are they?
I don't know. I don't
Is,
know.
is there any way we can see them going into the court?
No ways. There's no ways.
Yeah. Because I did see them going into the court in a video published, I think, last week.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. Do you know anything about a video last week? Okay, no, Barend also don't know about that one.
Yeah, I actually put that up on the channel.
It's quiet in here.
Yeah. Well, guys,
Much better.
everybody watching, please remember to subscribe to the Loving Life channel. We have a number of protests that we're going to be covering, like this one we're covering today. And come and join us. We're the only place where you get the protests being covered live on YouTube. Sounds like there's a group of people nearby.
No, not really. No. It's only Barend speaking to some people. Scott, I think we must sign off for a while. Let me see if I can get into the chopper. Then I'll phone you back.
Okay, fantastic. I'll wait for your call.
Okay, thank you.
Okay then. Chat soon, Simone.
Okay, Scott.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Okay guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to leave this channel open. So I'm not shutting down the live stream. It'll still be open, although you won't see anything. But once Simone actually gets back to me, we're looking at going on the chopper and flying over Naboomspruit and having a look at what it looks like on the ground down below. So that's the next port of call. So I will just put this live stream on hold, because I don't want to just be talking about nothing for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. I might actually just show you a couple of short video clips of what happened, if I can find them. Yes, I can. This is what happened at Naboomspruit last week when they had a protest. I'll just put those clips up so you can have a look. Give me a second and I'll just get this going. Okay, here we are. Okay. This is last week.
Daar's nog baie mense op pad. Baie mense. Daai parkering is toe. Niemand kan in of uit hierson nie. Niemand. Hier gaan niemand nêrens binnekom.
And here's another one. As you can see, the community is pretty full with what's going on, and who can blame them? Alright guys, so we will probably be crossing back to Simone in about 20 to 30 minutes, so just keep your connection. You will see me coming back when we go live, because I'm just going to... Okay guys, here is a little bit of entertainment. It's a beautiful song by our resident musician on Loving Life, and his name is of course Winston Coetzee. Here we go, and it's a beautiful song called Hier Bly Ek Boer, his own creation. Absolutely stunning. Here we go.
Hier is 61,000 van ons voorvaders het op die grens vir ons gesterwe, sodat ons vry kan wees. Die is my land, die is my reg. Hier is ek boer. Van stof is ek gemaak en sal ek terugkeer. Die Bybel is die woord waaruit ek leer, soos die grond op die aarde. Hier bly ek boer. Soos 'n dief in die nag sal die vyand kom, maar hier bly ek staan en ek draai nie om, want jy maak my nie bang nie. Hier bly ek boer. Die is my land waarvoor ek sal veg. Die is my bloed, my zweet, my rug. Die is die plek waar my voorvaders leef. Die is my land, hoor wat ek jou sê. Die is my land, wat my mense voer. Hier bly ek boer. Soos 'n blaassam in die somer wat vreugde bring, my oupa wat maniekie roek kon sing, soos hy stap deur die lande. Hier was hy boer. Wortels lê diep in die grond geplant. My seun soos my pa, los ek vir jou die land, en jy hoef nie te vrees nie. Hier sal jy boer. Die is my land waarvoor ek sal veg. Die is my bloed, my zweet, my rug. Die is die plek waar my voorvaders leef. Die is my land, hoor wat ek jou sê. Die is my land, wat my mense voer. Hier bly ek boer. Die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom. Die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom, die leeu sal kom. Die is my land waarvoor ek sal veg. En die is my bloed, my zweet, my rug. Die is die plek waar my voorvaders leef. Die is my land, hoor wat ek jou sê. Die is my land, wat my mense voer. Die is my land, waar
What a great song. What a great singer. He's going to be performing, guys, on the 27th of... let me just shut this little guy down. He's going to be performing on the 27th of August on a evening event that we are covering exclusively here on Loving Life. We're expecting over 1,000 bikers to come and join him. This is in Durban. There are going to be speeches. It's going to be quite an evening. And it's part of 3 evenings that we're having on Loving Life. The 23rd, we're going to be talking about the Bikers Rally. And on the 29th, we'll be covering live the Bikers Rally, which is also about farm murders. As you can see, we have a lot of action happening on the Loving Life channel when it comes to protests live. And please subscribe, otherwise you're going to miss out. What I'm going to do now is go back to Simone, who's just sent me a whole lot of images. I don't know what the images are, but let's just have a look. I'm sure they're to do with the rally. I'll just cross to them in full screen now. Here we are. Okay, so these are images from the rally, or the protest that's been taking place today. Let's just have a look. Huge turnout, absolutely huge turnout. And that says it all. Geen boer, geen kos, geen werk, geen toekoms. But the ANC is so blinded they can't see that, can they? Isn't that a great sign? Now that needs to go worldwide, that sign. These are images all taken today during the protests that we've been covering here live on Loving Life. Now, what we're hoping to do is to catch the helicopter, which means that we'll be filming live video like this from the helicopter. But that's something that Simone is working on right now. Okay, that's just a little break, guys. I'm going to temporarily shut down the live stream again, but as soon as Simone gets back to me and says, hey, we're on that helicopter, we're ready to go, we'll be going live. So don't lose this live stream, just stay online, otherwise you're going to miss out the action. I'll just show you the sort of photo that this is sort of video footage we'll be looking at once we get Simone back and we're on that helicopter. Alrighty, so here's a temporary halt and we'll catch up soon, guys. Of course, I'll keep the channel open so you can still post your to call me. We're just about to get on the helicopter and we'll be live going over the scenes. So this is what will be quite spectacular. Amanda says go listen to Die Land on YouTube. I've listened to it many times, but believe me, I prefer Winston Coetzee. I think he's really nailed it. I really do. Okay, now I'm just waiting for Simone to send me a Skype and we will be on the helicopter and live. So while we're waiting for that, I might just show you another video of what took place. If I can find it. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? When you're doing everything, it's quite a job, believe me. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Simone's just sent me another image. Okay, let's just go and have a look at these images that she sent me. Okay, these are more of the vehicles. I'm just waiting for Simone to get back to me so we go live on the helicopter flying over Naboomspruit. That's what we're waiting for right now, guys. I'll just ask her if she wants to go live now so we can actually watch her get on the helicopter and see what happens. Now, Adrian Lloyd is also in the area, and apparently the case has now been postponed until the 7th of October. Can you believe that? Because of the translator. Simone says, give me 5 minutes. Let me just see if I can get Adrian on just to talk to us. Hi, Adrian.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, yeah. Now, look, we got about 5 minutes. Tell me what's happening.
Sure.
You said the case has been postponed. What's going on?
So, no. That is in...
Let me just try again, guys.
Scott.
Yeah, that's better. Now I can't see you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So, yeah, so I'm remotely monitoring because of the translator situation. And it seems that one of your viewers that's there on a chat message said that message. And so she's saying that this case has been postponed. Maybe you can just ask them if this is the news from the court directly, because we can't confirm it.
Right. Okay. Are you on the ground there?
I'm not. I'm remotely monitoring based on the legal side of things because I'm trying to make sure that they don't play games. That's why I got so upset about the guy who's got a flat tire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the tactics they are playing. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out if they can just confirm this from the court side. But if they only got the translator now, or about, well, a few minutes later or earlier, then they are probably still in the court case. I'm going to wait for all of the other things to happen first before they actually get back to this specific case.
Right. Okay.
So that's what we need to confirm. I'll send you a message once I've got confirmed message.
Okay. Now, what's your view if the magistrate does postpone this till October?
Well, you know what? It's going to most likely go into an endless circle of postponements. We've seen that with even normal cases in our smaller towns, specifically small towns. But what I'm very positive about is the uptake or the amount of people that have arrived there to make their voice heard. I think they're actually going to make this quite serious now because the amount of people that's supporting this process right now is more than we've ever seen at a court case so far for a farm attack.
Well, you know, we've been absolutely delighted to cover this and present it to the world as to what's going on. Now,
the horrible thing is, where's our news channels? I mean, this is one of the big things. We went to the Belfast court, and this is exactly what happens. They play a game they don't understand, but they understood everything up to this point, and then they need a translator. So it's all a tactic to delay. What I'm very concerned about is if this is then postponed, then they're going to do this again. The second time, there won't be this amount of people arriving because people lose interest. But I think people are gutful enough to arrive again and again. And this is what we need to do, is we need to go more and more and harder. This is going to be the challenge going forward.
What do you think of the magistrate's manner in dealing with this? In other words, not enforcing that translator had to get on the helicopter and fly to Naboomspruit?
We see this in normal business, professional business as well. They do what is said on the script. If they are sitting there, they are looking at a case, they're reading the information, what is given to them, and they also give out information, and they have to make decisions based on that. Here's my view on that. If it was me and it was this serious, we would probably go and say, okay, well, I'm stalling. I'm giving 30 minutes recess. In that time, I'd like an answer for either a replacement or not. But they don't go that far because the script doesn't say that. This is the experience we're having. And there's nobody there to go to them and say, or higher up to say, I'm sorry, but this case will continue. We have to enforce the subpoenas. There is no bylaws that's being checked up. There's no people who's enforcing the bylaws, and there's no people enforcing these subpoenas. If a police officer comes to you with a subpoena, on that document, it actually states that if you have to appear in court, you have to appear in court. End of story. You can have jail sentence if you're not there. But here's the thing: is I'm not 100% sure exactly how the courts are working today, but I can tell you this much, that we should just keep pushing for the answer. That's all. And the people who are there today must be there a few days, for example, later when they do postpone it, and it's most likely going to be months and months and months.
Right.
And that's what happened to the Sue and Rob situation with us. It was postponed to such an extent that the interest was lost enough for them to release, and also for Robert, who was now left alone after his wife was blowtorched and murdered and left on the street. He actually immigrated. And he left everything behind. He just left.
Shocking.
There's no end to the story, you see.
Adrian?
And so that, yes, sir.
Adrian, I've got Simone, I think, waiting to come on with the helicopter.
You're
So I'll get back to you. Can I get back to you after we've chatted to Simone? If you can just wait for my call.
Okay, sure thing.
Okay, thanks, mate. Bye for now.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Simone.
I just want to get out of the way.
Are you getting on the helicopter?
Almost. We organized it. They're
Fantastic.
coming back. I don't know when, but they are coming back for me.
Right. Okay. Look, I've just spoken to an advocate. Maybe I can get him online so you can both. We can all have a chat. He's actually very concerned about this delaying tactic with the translator. And if you give me a second, I'll get him on.
Scott, just hold on quickly.
Yeah.
I think I'm going up now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let's go up first. Okay. Fantastic. Well, look,
Okay.
we'll stick with you while you go up. Okay.
Okay. Another first for me for today, now.
There you go. You see what happens when you come on Loving Life.
Yeah, well.
You love life.
I want to show you quickly. I don't know if you can see.
I can see vehicles. If you turn it 180 degrees, I'll probably see it.
Okay, wait.
Wow. A lot of vehicles around here. Where's the helicopter?
They're taking me there now, Scott.
Okay.
I'll phone you back now.
Okay. No problems. Well, I'll look. Let's just stay online. We'll just stay online, but we can just walk with you. Now, Simone, is there any truth in the claim that they're delaying this case?
Scott, I can't hear you now.
Okay.
I'll phone you back now. It's a bit difficult here now.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll wait for your call, Simone. Okay, guys. I'm just going to get Adrian back on while we're just waiting for Simone. And as soon as Simone comes on, we'll get her back because she'll be in the helicopter. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Scott.
Look, I will cut this call short when Simone calls me back. She's just waiting to get on the helicopter. But yeah, so let's get back to this discussion about the legal aspect of what's going on. You're saying that this is quite a common tactic for the magistrates in these courts to actually delay cases to a point where they don't go anywhere.
Well, okay, so let me just let you know that I have no legal knowledge, but I have enough knowledge attending some of these cases, especially the ones we do with the crime in our area. And I promise you there's no extra effort that they put in to actually process the case and make sure that it is followed from A to Z based on the requirements. And to answer your question, yeah, it does look like that. A lot of people that also join these courts, I know specifically one person whose name I won't name here, but they went through a farm attack as well. And they eventually, 2-3 years later, still in court. And then they eventually just took picnic baskets there. And they would sit in the court and camp out in this court because they knew for a fact that this will just keep being put out, there's no effort put in to finalize this. And then the translator don't arrive, and then the witnesses don't arrive, and then the police officer didn't submit some documents, and then the docket was not delivered to court in time. So there's always something. Now, I'm not sure if it's part of the tactics in the farm murder side of things or the farm attack side of things, maybe part of the whole strategy, or if it is just simply incompetence in our courts nowadays. I mean, if you see it in our own government, the incompetence and the corruption, this goes through all the way down to a court level. If people want to get out, they have means to do it. They will bribe and they will pay money to get out of a situation, and they know exactly where those loopholes are. I mean, you'd have a lawyer sitting there and he'd be silenced if he knows a lot. You'd have a lawyer saying there, but how's this possible? This guy was supposed to be here. He knew he was supposed to be here. There are people in court that's supposed to make sure that everyone is there and they are ready and they are standing ready for this court case. This is how it should work, but it seems like it's not. And this is why there's such a passionate fight for me, because we are it feels always, and I'm sorry to say this, but it feels like we're fighting a losing battle. And unless people do what they're doing in Naboomspruit today, keep doing that and keep pushing. And I know I saw one of the chat says, if you keep pushing in that sense, you've already lost, because they don't like to be pushed.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If we can just get people that is higher up and that's in charge and that can take charge and that can go to the court at that point in time and say to those guys, this is what we need to get done. End of story. And they are monitored and they are, then at least I think we should see change on our court level. But in the smaller towns, we are really having a lot of these problems and issues. And it came from data. If you go read reports, news reports, eyewitness reports, it always comes down to the same thing. And that's kind of that article that I sent you as well. You can see, go and follow through all the news on that, and you'll notice that the court cases is eventually, even news, for example, get sick and tired of traveling to and from court every month, because there's every time some excuse. And just to give you an idea, I was supposed to be in court as a state witness today, this morning. I got a call at 9 a.m. this morning to say, oh, so by the way, that case is today. It's appearing in the Belfast court today. You have to be there. And for example, where was the notes? Where was the subpoena? Where was the process that they were supposed to follow? Now, none of the witnesses arrived. So what they do is the prosecutor goes, well, in this case, no witnesses. We have to postpone. Then you wait a month again. You see? So it feels like there's no control, and it feels to me like there's no follow-through on these rules and regulations anymore.
Do you think that's incompetence, or do you think it's planned?
So okay.
I mean, look, if I look at the ANC government, they couldn't organize a barbecue in a park, and here they are running the country. No wonder it's going to a piece of shit.
So this is the whole point, is that I think it is absolutely a little bit of both. There's no ways that, for example, in a court case or in a big court situation like this, for example, that you can go through the process and tell me that you didn't you didn't know that the translator was supposed to have been on time. Now, somebody on your chat was saying as well, Africa time, or time in South Africa doesn't matter. And this is the whole point. They don't get it. If you make an appointment with somebody at 10 a.m. this morning, the other people are waiting for you. Now you have all this nonsense happening, like, for example, this apparent flat tire situation, and they are late for court, which means that they were supposed to actually have been ready already. So that flat tire should have happened 7 hours earlier, not now, because you're supposed to be on time. Okay, so this is the thing. So I think it's a mix of both, to be honest, but I don't have enough evidential, factual proof that there is also foul play here.
Yeah.
But there's enough evidence so far that shows me that in smaller towns, people get away with things like this much, much easier. I recall a news article earlier this week or this weekend where the attackers that tried to attempt to attack someone who was busy lying in bed. He was ill. His wife left the home, and these attackers came into the house. They were at his door, and luckily they made a mistake by making a noise, and he woke up and grabbed his firearm. At that point, that's where I read the article. When they went to court, they were released on warning. You see, so it's like either they don't want to do their job, or they are incompetent and they feel like they have to forgive and forget, or something. And we need to get actually behind that as well. So just like what's happening there, where people are getting into the streets, they are going into support for our farmers and for the attack, against the attackers and against our system. Just as much, we need people who understand the legal space. That we need people, lawyers, advocates, everybody, to also stand up and say, enough with this incompetence.
Right.
Let's stop this. And you know what? I've always said, the conventional cannot work anymore. We cannot do the conventional, get back to what we know from 19 whatever. I don't understand that. You have to do something a little bit more proactive. You're going to have to, if you've got a court case, get your court ready an hour before the time. You've got 17 cases you have today. Make sure everybody's there. Make sure witnesses have been phoned. All of those kind of things. Spend the money for that, and not for the corrupt things that you're busy doing. I mean, surely they have budgets to do these things, but they don't. So we need the two parts of this protest. We need the protest of showing support in mass, and we need the protest against the kind of foul play or the assumed foul play, as well as the assumed incompetence. And somebody needs to get in there and say, well, enough. We're not going to do this anymore. And the best places to start is actually smaller towns like Naboomspruit, for example. Yeah. Take their SAPS and their courts that they have there and focus on that one. And if you've got one fix, move to the next town, like literally the neighbor, and fix it. And make sure that you follow through on the checkups, the health and safety checkups, the legal processes, those kind of things. Make sure, I mean, it's logic. And there are somebody being paid for this with tax money. So why not actually just make sure it gets done and earn your salary?
Yeah, no, look, I totally get it. And something that I found very, very disturbing today at Naboomspruit is that, South African Broadcasting Corporation were not there. They didn't send anyone there to cover this event.
Well, you see, now this comes back to, and I've been watching the series that you've been releasing about your situation in Australia and how that happened. And here's the thing, I absolutely 100% believe that the news that we see is not 100% what, is true, but also at the same time that it's been modified in a way to say that we're not going to give advertising. Part of the protest actions, just to give you an idea, if you're going to be burning buildings and assets and property, I noticed that, what happens then, the moment that you give these guys a platform and an audience, then things for them work out. The moment we ask for a platform and an audience, what are we going to, we don't have that support. We don't have the news coverage. But I am sure, and I can't say, but I'm trying to figure out, I'm asking some of my contacts in for the Middelburg Observer and those places as well, where where are you guys? Is it just the local newspapers that's going to get it again, and just in that, for example, town will read about it, or will it be in News 24? Will it be in? But I doubt it strongly at this stage. So let's see. Maybe somewhere somebody's going to pop up and say, okay, well, listen, this is a big news event. Why won't they give us that space? Why won't they give us? I mean, if you've got a president that says that there are no white farmers being murdered or killed or attacked in South Africa on farms, he says it on live television.
Yeah.
But you don't get coverage for the support of a white person being murdered or attacked on his farm. What is the difference there? You can clearly see that it's a biased thing. It is just like it is.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion, and that's my view, and that's just a civilian view. I mean, I support this because I've got a passion for crime fighting, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to get it right in the media unless something really, serious starts happening to change that.
Right. Look, I totally get it, and I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, look, we're going to be covering several protests on this channel in the next few weeks, and we're getting more and more people approaching us now because people in South Africa can't do it. YouTubers in South Africa can't do it because they'll then have the government on their backsides, whereas because I'm in Australia, I can publish this and don't have the South African Police Service knocking on my front door, which is, I think, a huge advantage for me by publishing in Australia. So while we're talking on this whole subject, I'm just saying to people who are watching, if you've got a protest happening, you want it covered live, please just send me an email. I'll actually put my email in the side chat here. This is what we do. We cover what's going on in South Africa because we can, because we're not in South Africa. And if we were in South Africa, I couldn't be publishing the videos that I do. And people say to me, you're the only one who actually tells the truth about what's going on in South Africa. And if you look at the online newspapers and other YouTube channels, they've got to hold their heads in, because if they don't, they're going to be called in before the courts to find themselves in real trouble. So, guys, if you've got something planned, just send me an email. There's my email address in the side chat. Back to you, Adrian.
Yeah, so on that, I think one thing that I've realized very recently that will obviously be on your show as well, if you see how we dissect a very recent Dullstroom unrest, I also, in that process of my research and interviewing some of the people, etc., I realized, what a very big difference between us is that when they're out there, and they are burning things and they are upset about something, this is the way they want to deal with it. But the challenge comes in is that the people who are on the receiving end of this protest, who are pretty much traumatized, the whole town is traumatized, but what we then on the receiving end tend to forget, because we jump in to fight fires and we jump in to clean the streets after these guys, okay? What we tend to forget is that we also have the same constitutional rights. And when somebody does what they did, we forget that, excuse me, but if you pick up something and you throw it at someone, it becomes a projectile, and the other person have the right to defend themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
But where the extreme gray area comes in is that the people who are on the receiving end are usually law-abiding citizens that are too afraid to do something to retaliate, because we feel that it is, the law is not necessarily on your side then, because then you are then made the person who was wrong. And the horrible thing about this is that in the spur of moment, and I'll give you some details later on the live show, and how the experience was dramatically on the scene.
Right.
You get people that is out there that go onto our community groups internally, that's not on social media, but internally, attacking some of our own community members, with words to say, guys, you are blowing this up, you're making it sound worse than it is, etc., and you're getting bad publicity for Dullstroom. But I've got news for them, sitting on their couches having this bickering fight on a WhatsApp group. Here's the problem with that, okay? Whilst we are out there trying to move these rocks away, trying to fight these fires, where are you? Help us then. If you got someone way to obviously go and take pictures, take video footage.
Put it on the
etc.
record.
Yes, put it on record, because now we cannot, for example, we feel we cannot attack someone because they're picking up stones. Now, if somebody does that, I promise you now, people are gutful enough, you can see it clearly in Naboomspruit, that I think somebody will either throw something back at them or pull a trigger, and then what's going to happen? We're going to sit with a Kulini situation again, or some serious other situation where this thing just is like a felt fire and it just burns everything down. Then we are in trouble. But here's the other thing. You know, the moment we realize that we also have rights, then suddenly you can systematically work through that in saying, okay, so you've now done what you did. We cleaned the town and you had your protest action. So show me who was the person who was leading this protest action and what process they followed based on the legal side of this, the Constitution, from the Constitution right through to what the Act says about gatherings more than 16 people. When they came down this road during what we call, or what our government calls this damn lockdown, whatever it really is or not is, the problem is that, you know, they will arrest 3 guys going to a beach and coming back. Okay, you know the story, but they will arrest them suddenly. Here we get a situation where SAPS were not enough. So they didn't necessarily do something wrong, but they were themselves also afraid of 160 people. You have 2 police vehicles. What are they supposed to do? So they would go through the process. They won't allow them to do anything else than go on this road. But they are on the front lines, and the back guys break out and start fires everywhere. So then afterwards, if we've got video and photo footage of that, you can go through that legal process and say, you guys were picking up stones, you guys were throwing rocks, so now you are the ones who's going to get the case of arson. Just to give you an idea, just as an example, when you follow that procedure, approximately 50 people were bussed out of Dullstroom with a police bus. Okay, so that's how well you can do this if you work together as a community. And this is what I want to say. What I saw there today, for me, in my opinion, in Naboomspruit, is heartwarming, and we all receive it, and we kind of wish we were there on the ground with them, because that's the whole point, is that the moment we start doing these things and doing it the other way, look what is the difference. The impact of a peaceful strike like that, with cars unendingly arriving in an area. And I would love to see what this court comes up with if they look at the mass amount of support that these guys are receiving today. I'd like to see that happening, in the sense that we that they actually make the right decision, and I hope they do, because it won't be the last. And I want to encourage those guys and everybody listening as well. Don't now go and for a second court case not arrive, because they know if they play that game of subtly just removing certain elements from it, people get tired, they get busy in their lives, and they want to focus on their own lives and work again, and eventually there's no support, and without anybody watching, there will be either a warning or there will be something that they just keep postponing until nothing happens. Okay, until the evidence is destroyed, like what happened here. So that's my opinion.
Okay, now look, I've got a couple of videos that are coming through from Simone. So if you just want to stay online, and I'll get back to you. If you just sort of keep quiet in the background, I'm going to play these videos on the live stream. And in fact, let me give you a call back if you just want to close this call, and I'll play the videos that Simone sent me.
Brilliant. I'm happy to watch.
Okay, here we go. Oh, let's start. Here we go. Okay, these are the videos of Simone on the helicopter, guys. Here we go. Okay, they're going to be bits and pieces, but we'll be able to string them together. We have a liftoff. I love helicopters. They're so much fun. that street down below. Whew. Look at the tractors. Sorry guys, this is called bandwidth. But you can get the idea. Huge amount of tractors there. Be the main street of Naboomspruit. What I'll do is I'll put these videos together in a separate video later, so that we don't have these delays. It'll just be a short video of Simone's helicopter trip, which we'll put on the channel later. It'll be on the Loving Life 2020 channel. For those of you who are not aware, I actually have two very, very big YouTube channels, and the 2020 channel is linked in the main banner of the Loving Life channel. Okay. See, the protesters are everywhere. Mike says, no thanks, you can keep the helicopter for yourself. Mike, don't be a bangbroek. Look at those protesters out there. Wow, that's a great shot. Over Naboomspruit with the protests, farmers and the local community protesting against the farm murders in that area. For those who've just joined us, okay, let's go continue with the helicopter ride. Here we go. Wow, that's a great shot. Yep, Limpopo is half full of these criminals. That's for sure. Thank you, new name loading. You've been here from the very start. Thank you for being with us all the way through. We've been going for a couple of hours now, haven't we? 2.5 hours. Okay, let's see. We got a couple more videos to go. Oh no, these are just images now. Okay. So there you go, guys. You saw it from the helicopter. Let me just see if Simone is back on the ground. I'll just give her a call and we'll just see. Yeah, she's not there. So what I'll do is I'll just go across to Adrian, and we'll get him back on, and we'll just have a chat about the legal side again, and then we're going to shut down this live stream. I think we've got the message that things aren't right in the state of South Africa. Okay, here we go. Hi, Adrian.
Hello.
Did you see the helicopter images?
Yes, it's absolutely amazing, and I think that encourages us as well,
Yeah.
all of us, to see these kind of gatherings, when you do it right and you do it peaceful, and nothing will happen to you. Just arrive and support. The more people are there, the better, because that's, I think, a big thing is people, are too afraid to arrive there of what may happen. But there you have it. I mean, peaceful, nothing's burning, but they are making a statement, and this, I'm glad it's going to go into an international live stream like this.
Yeah. Do you think that Ramaphosa, seriously, do you think Ramaphosa can ignore what happened in Naboomspruit today?
If I was him, no, but I think he can. If he has things that he says the way that he did, and with his history and how people feel about him, for the things and the interviews he had in the past, to make a statement as bold as what he think he did by saying no white farmers are being attacked, why would he be interested in this? Unless it's going to win him some votes, because I know that this is also up and coming. So, if you want to win some votes, he's going to have to work very hard. But here's the problem. I think people are already over it, to be honest.
It was interesting because earlier this week, there's a Gatvol movement, which is actually young Africans who were threatening to go and burn Luthuli House down, and on Monday they had to get the police and the army to go and stand there around Luthuli House to defend it. And this is it's getting close to explosive, isn't it? And it's like an animal eating itself. It's like a snake eating its tail and just killing itself off. And that's what's going on amongst that community. They don't know how to handle what's happening with this ANC government. They're so damn corrupt.
So that's the whole thing, is their own people are seeing this.
Yeah.
But when the youth start going to the streets, then it becomes quite worrying as well, especially their own. Because in the past, and the only reason I know this is because I really started to study all of the history and how we got to where we are. Because to be honest with you, I've been brought up a Rainbow Nation child, but I still believe that the colors are gone and the politicians are making this black and white, that rainbow. And that's not fair, because there's no gray area. There doesn't seem to be. But what is really happening, and what's making me kind of worry about this situation, is that in the past they used youth to get what they want. And and they were pretty much getting the youth in the front lines of direct fire of police, etc. And these guys, they used that as advertising propaganda to scare people into voting, to getting them into power. Now, I cannot say too much, because that's kind of where I just realized the immense political plays that's at this. But politically driven right now, this is definitely a ticking time bomb, especially when the youth is starting to get involved here, because the next thing is that they are the ones that's not afraid to go out there. And I remember one of the quotes they made, and I think it's a big leader that they are kind of quoting, and I'll see who this leader was, but it goes something like, you can shoot a man, or you can shoot me because you'll only be shooting a man. And it was about the whole process. Even if you kill me, this is going to continue. You see what I'm saying? So if they are supporting that, we are going to get to a point where we are in a where we're going to be in a very troubled state. I can tell you that much. And the trouble is, if you look at the recent land grabs that also happened, and I didn't want to take the attention away from this Naboomspruit situation, but there the farmers have also arrived in masses, and they're starting to kind of provide protection for their land now and to push these guys back. But they keep coming back, and they keep coming back with more, and they've got the numbers to do that.
Well, look
and
what happened at Kroondal.
Yeah, so now when you have, say, 50 guys standing there, and this is the thing, and this is how I trust our own nation as well, you know, and the farmers and the people, is this is how I trust them, is that you have seen the forgiveness that they give. You see how they stand back and they draw a line and say, listen, we don't want to hurt you, we don't want to fight, but here's the line now. If you cross this line, we have to warn you that there's going to be repercussions, and it should never have gotten to this, but we are there now. It has come to that, and this whole lockdown situation, it seems to me that these things have kind of, you know, in space when it just like jumps from one planet to another planet.
Yeah.
I see the COVID in the middle being that time hole, or whatever they call it, the black hole, or I don't know what they call that thing, but then it jumps, and it super jumps to the end result. And I think that's where we are. Our government is making rules, regulations, and passing things whilst we are kind of blind to that, and we are focused so much on other things and COVID and putting your mask on that we're not really seeing how they actually want to take away your freedom
I
of
totally
speech
agree
and
with you.
those kind of-
Totally agree with you. Now, I've got a couple of videos that have come out from Simone, so I'll just play those and I'll get back to you in a second, okay?
Sure thing.
Okay. Chat soon. Okay, let's go back to Simone. Here we go, guys. 2 more videos from the helicopter. Wow, isn't it fantastic looking at it from the air? For those who've just joined us, this is Naboomspruit, and the farmers are protesting about farm murders in LIMPOPO, and a particular farm murder, very gruesome, that took place just a few weeks ago. Mike Simpson says they started again yesterday in Kroondal. Just extraordinary. The government does nothing about it. Okay, we got one more video here. Let's just play that and see what this is all about. Wow. Look at those tractors. This guy with his camera would put it down. Get your camera out of the way. Well, hasn't Simone done an amazing job there today, guys? She's one of our loving life roving reporters, and if you want to become a roving reporter for Loving Life, all you have to do is send me an email and we'll get you on Skype and we'll cover what's happening. So easy. I'll send you, just put my email address in the side chat here. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, because we really do cover the news that no one else does. There we go. That's my email address. If you want to become a roving reporter, got some video you want to send me, send it. We will publish it. Just make sure you give us some background. I can't publish a video without knowing what it's about. There's the little town of Naboomspruit. You can see it's a small town. Okay, we've covered all the videos, I think. No, we're still going. Hang on. Got a download issue. Okay, that's the end of that one. Alright, I'm going to do one more cross to Adrian, because I want to have another cross to Simone and just thank her for her fantastic work. So we'll just go across to Adrian and just continue our discussion about what's going on. Hi Adrian.
Hi Scott.
Now look, tell us what's going on at Dullstroom, because I'm going to be talking to you about that shortly. You know, the way that the guys came in and basically tried to take over that little community. What give us a background to that at Dullstroom. What happened?
Well, it was very surprising for most of us. You know, being in Dullstroom for a few years, this is the second time in 4 years that I know that this has happened when I was here. You know, the whole situation is actually much deeper entrenched into political play, as you will hear on the 24th of August.
Right.
You know, it started out with a very simple letter to say, listen, we are upset about the following items, X, Y, and Z, and we need you guys to come and talk to us about it, and this is serious. It seems to have found its roots before with a previous protest action that they have, but it kind of escalated in some political play. So right now, Dullstroom is open for business. It's clean. It's you know, everybody's back at work. There's no further unrest, and the police have sent the public order police, as you know, to stay here with us for a while, because they also saw that this was going to become a bigger issue, and not just stay with the protest action,
right,
especially with what they've done. So that details I'll share with you and show you some idea of what happened.
Absolutely.
There. So at this stage, we are not really sure, you know, where we are standing, because nobody's getting back to us either to say, okay, this is the finality of it. So right now, I think we still the pot is still simmering, and if we don't get behind the things quite quickly, I think it will go into the next phase of this again. However, the people who were involved and that did this, the SAPS did arrest some of them and some of the leaders, but now the boiling pot is about their comrades being arrested, and they are sitting in jail and nobody's doing something about it. So again, a brewing pot. So things don't get sorted. It just gets like, okay, done, problem solved, but it's not really solved. It's just, for now, it is okay. And then a year, or say a month, weeks, or whatever later, then we will see something happen like this again. But for now, we are open for business, and we've done pretty much everything we can as a community to be a little bit more prepared and not to be caught catch off guard like that, you know, in that sense. So that was kind of where we are and what we did.
Well, I just want to say hi, Dan. Thanks for joining us. Dan is our resident priest on this channel. Dan, what we've been following here is the protest in Naboomspruit, and you've missed an amazing couple of hours, but look, you can always go and watch this again later on. Now, getting back to Dullstroom, Adrian, and what we're talking about here, I find it extraordinary that the ANC government are they just think like they're kings and queens, don't they? I mean, you look at Dlamini Zuma when she got up there yesterday and said, "I'm going to talk about lockdown too," and she had this headdress. What's this coming through? I've got some strange. Okay, I've got you back again. I've got so many people Skyping me at the moment. But the message I wanted to say is, I don't think that the ANC leadership realize that I think there's, you know, they talk about black economic transformation after the lockdown, how everything is going to swift around, and the everything will be BEE compliant, and all the white community will be out of work because they can't get work because of black economic empowerment. I actually think this boiling pot syndrome, there's been a quantum shift during this lockdown. And I think that people like Ramaphosa and Ace Magashula and Dlamini Zuma don't realize that they're actually now the ones in the pot. I don't think they've realized that something's happened during this period, that the people of South Africa, that right across the board, have had enough of the ANC. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so as a young guy as well, with this lockdown, I also lost my job, and it's now since March, so April, May, June, July, we're in August now, and we don't have a fixed income at all anymore since then. So here's the problem, is that the moment you start looking for work, the direct message to me, for example, my age and what I wanted to do, is that unfortunately you don't qualify, or unfortunately this is the new policies that we have to comply with. The challenge comes in that I can work for myself. I've been taught that you never lay down and be kicked. You get up and you work hard and you get going things. So that's who I am. But when you get to a point where you try to get work out there and you hear that, sorry, but we have to prioritize a certain race first, then that's totally unconstitutional in my opinion, if you look at my rights as well as a person. But I must say to you, the way that I see them running this is actually unnatural. It's an unnatural thing that they are doing. You can't go through a lockdown and kind of make all these rules. Just Scott, by the way, and I'm not sure because I actually didn't go and look at it because I was so worked up with Naboomspruit and so passionate about that. I don't even know what happened recently with the Constitutional Court saying that the lockdown and, some of the rules or the lockdown itself was declared unconstitutional. What happened then? They had 17 days to fix that. They were actually provided with time to fix this. How is that even going to work? If the law says something's unconstitutional, it is what it is. It's unconstitutional.
Yeah, well, the trouble is they're above the law. That's the trouble. I mean, we've just seen today what happened in Naboomspruit, and you've given us examples of what happens elsewhere. The judicial system is totally compromised in South Africa, badly compromised.
Yeah. No, you see, that's the whole point, and it is rotten to the core. And I'm quoting this. I just sent you a link as well from Yusuf Abramji on his Twitter account, and how he's taking pictures or looking at the Naboomspruit, and he's going through this process. And I'm trying to figure out, on his website, who are they, etc. But his page is currently incomplete. But he's now taking up on this process, and if I look at some of the comments that's been made, the common theme, if you look at the pictures, EFF is just on this Twitter account, and they're talking about, when are they bringing the land back, or these guys have it nice, look at their nice tractors and homes and vehicles. So the problem is that the politicians have actually gone into a stage where they put the attention on white and black, and they kind of getting away with everything on the higher level. Because I'm trying to find an article that explains this so well, and it was an article that was placed in a newspaper, and this guy was talking from the African perspective, why African leaders, and I think he said something like African leaders don't like the idea of educated populace, for clever people are difficult to govern. Mandela and Mbeki were themselves corrupted by Western education. Now, admission, this columnist is also corrupted by such education. Okay, so the person who was talking there was telling you precisely, how Africans work with kingship and not necessarily with presidentialship. I mean, there's a big difference. Being a king of something and versus being a leader of a country is a very big difference. Right. And he was explaining that. So when I get that, I'll send it to you. It's an interesting read, and I think it makes a lot of things come clear to us, But I must be honest with you, I have not seen Dlamini Zuma this active for a very long time. And it is concerning because it feels to me like she's just running the show.
She is running the show. She's the de facto president. Now, I've got to say, Adrian, that very quickly, that tomorrow night we're going to have General Isaac van Zyl on our channel at 8 p.m. and I'm going to be selling one of the big 5 paintings of the lion, and this lion painting actually has an amazing history. It's a photo. It's from a photo that I took in Serengeti in 2016, and the painting, as I say, it's going on auction tomorrow at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time, and General Isaac van Zyl is my guest. He's the leader of the Boereligion, and all the proceeds from the sale of this painting will go to his own fund to fund his hospital costs, because he went through a huge heart operation, which a very costly one, and of course we're helping him how we can. So tomorrow night, if you like that painting, you better come onto the live stream, because that's going on auction 8 p.m. Johannesburg time tomorrow night. And as I say, all the money is going to help his heart operation. That's General Isaac van Zyl. Okay, let me get back to us again. Now, I've just had a call from Simone, who I think is back on the ground. Adrian, I just want to thank you so much for joining us and giving your points of view on everything. We'll be having that live stream with you early next week. And
absolutely.
You know, we can find out exactly what's going on in Dullstroom, and you know, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to chat to you a bit later. Which I just want to cross to Simone to see what's happening. I've been up for about 20 hours.
I can imagine.
I'm gonna be having some sleep soon.
Okay.
Luckily, had a shower before we went live. Otherwise, I'd have to have that as well.
Okay, well, look, just all the best to everyone, and thank you so much for Simone, you know, to walk out there with a camera to the court. I know what it feels like the first time you do that. You feel like you are going to be arrested.
Yeah, someone's going to arrest you.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It gets easier, and a journalist like her, I mean, with being on Loving on Life, I mean, she had a chopper ride. Amazing stuff. So good luck, guys, and I'll be watching from this side.
Okay, take care, Adrian. Bye for now.
And you.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Cheers, mate. Okay, guys, I'm going to cross to Simone now. Let's see if she's back on the ground. Hi, Simone.
Hi, Scott.
Ah, there you are. Look, I have to tell you, you know, for your first go as being an amateur reporter, I tell you what, there's some professionals who would be really jealous of how you did today. You did an amazing job. I got your videos of the helicopter ride. I mean, you know, taking us around town. We're going to have to make sure that you become Loving Life's roving reporter for what's going on in the Limpopo region.
Absolutely. In South Africa, if you want.
I don't think that Barend would be happy with that.
You know what? As long as Barend can fight farm attacks, he's happy.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Look, look, I just want to say to you, thank you so much for, you know, the coverage you've given today. Have you had any feedback on what happened in the court?
Sorry, say again, Scott?
Have you had any feedback on what happened in the court after the translator came through?
Yeah, I've sent you messages. I thought you received it. It is postponed until 7 October.
Are you joking?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, there you go, guys. The official is that the court case has been postponed to the 7th of October. Now, are they still going to be kept in jail in the meantime?
Yeah. They are kept in Pretoria. Yeah, Pretoria jail. They are moving back there now today. But until the 7th, we are waiting again.
Wow. That is absolutely ridiculous.
You know, but all these people left their all these people left their jobs at their at their farms, and they had expenses, and for what? For nothing.
Well,
Postponed.
you know, I just had Adrian on while you were in the helicopter, and he's from Dullstroom, where they've got issues as well, and he was saying that this is the tricks that the ANC play. They make sure that these cases don't go ahead, and what they're trying to do is to wear the people in that area down. So what you've got to do is make sure that not only 1,000 cars come to Naboomspruit in October, but 2,000 cars come to Naboomspruit on the 7th of October, so that, you know, knucklehead hippo-eyed Cyril Ramaphosa gets a message that this sort of shit doesn't work. It doesn't go down. It's just going to make people more and more angry.
No, we are fed up, we are heartful, and we're not going to stand down. We're not going to leave this.
Well, good on you. Look, as I say, everybody in the side chat have just said what a fantastic job you've done in being our citizen reporter, if I can put it that way. And obviously we'll be keeping in touch, and Marlena will be obviously chatting to you, and you know, if things come up, we will cover it live with you, just at a drop of a hat like that. Okay?
Thank you. Next time will be better.
Well, this time was fantastic. You really, you did an amazing job. We've been online now for what, 3 hours, over 3 hours, yeah. Over 3 hours we've been online, and we've got some amazing footage. It's an absolute disgrace that South African television was not there. Clearly the ANC are the ones who run SATV, and you know, it's just, yeah. Who was that guy with the camera sitting next to you on the helicopter? Because, you know, that thing was like taking up half your screen. He could have put it down when he wasn't taking a picture. Which newspaper was he from?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him. So yeah, but you know what? It was the first I saw that he wasn't feeling so well up there. So I just.
Well, I have to share a story with you, and this is a true story. When I was in Perth, this is back in the late 1980s, for a short while I worked for a company that was building these little photogrammetry machines, which means you took a stereo pair of photographs of something, and then you could 3D digitally map. So you could actually create a 3D model from these two images. Amazing process. And they had this little it was called the MP3, a little machine, and you sort of click the dots, and then you created this 3D model, which is fantastic. And they wanted me to go and create a project involving a mine, the mapping of a mine. So the only way they could actually go looking at an open cast mine was by flying over it. And of course, the only way you could actually take a photograph was if the plane flew at 90 degrees to the normal position, and with the door open, so you didn't have anything between you and Mother Earth except for your seatbelt, and you were taking photographs through this big hole where the door used to be. So we did all that, and I mean, I was amazingly brave, I've got to tell you. I just was looking at the camera and saying, I don't care where I am, because if that seatbelt had come off, I would have just gone down. And we were flying about 200 meters above the mine. Anyway, we landed, and the pilot said, "Oh, Scott, before you go, I've got to tell you a story. Last week, the seat that you were sitting in actually fell off. We had to the bolts unscrewed, and I thought, oh, thank God that happened 2 weeks before I flew in that damn thing."
No, that would not work for me. No.
I've had an exciting life. Anyway, Simone, look, it's been an absolute joy working with you, and thank you so much. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon in the future. But please take care. And yeah, look, what I'll do is I'll send you the link to the live stream, so you'll be able to see everything that was covered, and the whole box and dice. Okay.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Thank you so much.
All right. Now,
Thank you.
to all those in the side chat, don't you think that Simone did the most amazing job? I know you've already said that, but look, please, if you think Simone did an amazing job, just put 1 in the side chat. Okay, that's it, just 1. And I'll leave the side chat open so we can just watch the thousands of ones that come in.
Oh, please.
And I just want to say to
Keep well now.
yeah, and you too, Simone. And before you go, I just want to say to the moderators, thanks guys for the amazing job you've done. I know Michelle's been here from the very start, as I think Michaela, and there have been a couple of others who've been here from the very start. Dan was look at this, here come all the ones. It's just a row of ones. I think you could take on a profession as a reporter.
I'll have to work on my English first.
Your English is fine. Your English is good. All right, I'm going to shut down this live stream, guys. We've been going for well over 3 hours, and I think you've really had a tremendous you've had a tremendous coverage of what happened at Naboomspruit today. Please take care, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, and don't forget, tomorrow night 8 p.m. Johannesburg time, we're going to be going live with General Isaac van Zyl of the Boereligion. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Scott. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Simone, and we'll see you again soon.